Engage! On screen. On screen. What the hell is going on? Engage! I want all the power you can give me.
I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
Not good enough, damn it! Not good enough! Any idea of what it is or where it came from?
I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
This is no longer amusing.
They seem normal enough.
I shouldn't be so confident. Make it so. I would rather outthink them than outfight them. Engage! On screen. Let's investigate. Enlarge and identify. I shouldn't be so confident. Engage.
I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
I want all the power you can give me. Strange.
Slow to impulse speed.
Stay calm, everyone.
What the hell is going on? I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
Stay calm, everyone. Let's investigate. This is no longer amusing. Macro head. Stay calm, everyone.
Slow to impulse speed.
I would rather outthink them than outfight them. Engage.
Slow to impulse speed.
Strange.
Slow to impulse speed.
Not good enough, damn it! Not good enough!
Hey, my name's Rachel Antral. I play Commander Non on Star Trek Discovery. Welcome to Timeline Talks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timeline Talks. Guest stars, Warp action figure collector Kapla. It stars and Garter. Also featuring, keeping the data core out of debt, it's Dan. More like Command Diff Suck. Look out, it's a Leucon 2000. And now, bringing the band's drinking beer that's 2 packs. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Forgot to change the intro this week. Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Timelines Talks. And I know what you're going to say, Stars. You could just say it now.
Professional.
There it is. There it is. Thank you very much. Everyone sing along. Yes, welcome to Timelines Talks, the premium exclusive #1 show for all things Star Trek Timelines. I am joined by my regular co-host Automaton 2000, Stars and Garters, and joining us again is not Dam. He's not there this week. We are joined once again by Picard Loves Reds.
But you said...
I did say...
The intro.
Well, actually, I didn't say. Auto said. That was his voiceover, so...
Also, how could you lie to me like this? That's false advertising.
I am seriously disappointed because I was so looking forward to seeing what you put together for my intro.
It was the same one we had last time.
Replay it.
I have to find it and program it. Hang on.
That's
First of all, Discord has issues. Secondly, Twitch is having issues.
We are having
Thirdly,
a fun
we have
show.
the wrong intro. And fourth, we're at like 40-second stream delay right now.
Yeah.
So
Right.
this is going to be a fantastic show. I can't wait.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. So, yeah, as you've seen, people watching the pre-show, I'm getting, like, red lights my end. Stream quality is not great. I don't know whether it's my connection. I've rebooted routers. I don't know whether it's Twitch having problems, but we're having some Discord issues as well. And apparently there's some stream delay. So, bear with us this week, guys. We may be on and off, but the show is still being recorded on my end. So, hopefully, if you do miss this one, it'll still be up on YouTube after the show. But
In unrelated news, Idol has joined WRG's QA department.
Idle is WRG's QA department.
you knew it all along. Didn't think I looked so stressed the entire time. What do you mean nothing gets done? Okay, yes. No, thank you for joining us, Picard Loves Reds. We thought we'd take this time, beginning of the show, to catch up with you, because you're on the show with us, what was it, about 6 months ago?
Early March.
March, yeah.
So almost 7 months.
Yeah, and that was when we sort of came back.
So since then, not much. So big changes for me, at least in the game. I got burned out through March. We had the honor sale, and it was kind of like, okay. Yeah. So I took April off and basically just thresholded out the only good mega campaign this year. Oh. So I'm currently without Saruman and Dexa yet, but they'll come. They will come.
They will have their time.
They'll have their time. May was kind of like a downer getting back in because I wasn't close with any collections. There was nothing that was coming up. I didn't have anything to look forward to. Not sure who to work on, so I just kind of was just plugged along. June came along. I said, I like Quark. What the hell? I'm gonna go for getting every Mega Gold because I've never done that.
Oh, the dribbles.
So I said, okay, top 1,500. I'll go collect them all, see what happens. And I actually enjoyed that enough. I started thinking about it in July and went, if I went after every Mega Gold, if I could pull off a top 750, like for every event that rewarded the Mega Gold, so obviously the 1 week before issue. If I did that, I would be getting about 40 to 45% of all of the legendary stars that WRG releases in a year through events. So that's since this is a card collecting game now, that's a fairly efficient way to pick up a big chunk of the stars that gets released in a year. Don't have to plunge.
I hate to tell you, but you're the astronaut in front of the Earth, and someone's behind you going, "Always has been." With the gun.
I know.
Yes.
So that's what I did in August. I went for it. Said, "Oh yeah," and what's got me concerned now is what's going to happen when they come out with a decent set of Mega Crew. How much of a struggle it's going to be.
Because
I wouldn't worry about that.
It does seem like, I will say, as far as the state of the game, I've read a couple of things on the forums which were more negative than they need to be, but that's the forums for you. But one concern I've got kind of game-wise is it seems like the Galaxy event participation seems to have dropped way off. and I'm basing that on the fact that it's taking us now 18 to 22 hours to pick up that 10 pack at the end in the community rewards, and it used to be closer to like around 15 hours. So there's definitely been a drop, and I don't know if that's because it's the post-Waddle winter season, and so all of the heavy hitters are sitting on their crons waiting for some decent crew to come along, or if it's a more broader indication of the state of the game. So.
By the way, Namer gets paid a royalty every time you say the phrase winter season. So.
I was just going to say, there's a faithful viewer if you could pick up all of the catchphrases that have been coined.
There you go.
So WRG is watching you shill for everyone to rank 700 every week, and they're rubbing their insect parts together. They're like, yes, our plan is coming together.
Hopefully.
All I can hear is galaxies are easy now.
So,
I'm going to get on board on that. And all of a sudden, they're not.
Like
we have any flex in that department.
Like it's going to be grindy. So I'm looking forward to this week. It starts up again. Of course, the idea was to take the non-mega weeks off, and what does WRG do? They release the first card engineer in the game. Like, okay, of course I have to chase him. Of course I have to get two copies because I have to do an all Picard voyage. It can finally be done if you have 2 copies.
You did, didn't you? Yes.
Picard.
I meant to get a screenshot actually and bring that up.
I posted that all over the forums. So the forum, I put it on the forum, threw it all over Discord. So it was pretty. That for me, that was a pretty big deal. Pretty proud of that moment.
Nice.
Such as it is.
Oh, thank you, Izzard the Lizard Wizard for following. I believe that's a familiar name to those that know us.
So that would be my son. So
thank you.
I hear they love blondes.
Yes.
Dad.
So yeah.
We haven't actually seen your son. I'm just assuming there's like a 6-year-old in the corner in front of a laptop.
What? That's on camera.
Put on a shirt, son.
I exist. I'm a human being. Sometimes.
There you go.
There's little Rene Picard. No.
Rene.
Close enough.
He was the brother.
He was the nephew. The nephew was Rene.
What's the name of his fake son in that season 7 episode that I always forget? The rock climber. In really lovely hair.
Christ. Yeah, that's a real.
God,
I gotta watch
fake
that
fans
episode.
right now. Oh,
That's a bad episode.
Yeah, no, it was a really bad.
Come on, you're the Picard expert.
That's
Come
why
on.
none of us remember it. Yeah.
You should know all his children.
I feel bad whenever I come on the show because you guys just out nerd me on all of those references, and you can pick off the names of all the obscure characters.
Jason Vigo, there you go.
Jason Vigo, that's right. Okay.
There's Jason Vigo. So excellent. Yes. So you've actually got a few things for us this week. You've got some constellations which we're going to play with some love it or list it with. So we'll see if we can actually play with your market futures, and you've also got a few packs to open as well. So we'll be doing those closer to the end of the show.
Right.
Cool. Okay.
So let's get on. Let's go ahead and
You've been replaced.
What we normally leave off.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
With who won the last event?
I don't care. You can.
Oh, here. There we go.
Hey. Oh, what have you got? What have you got?
I have got Samuel Smith's oatmeal stout.
Oh, I do love a stout.
Yeah, I've got an imperial stout downstairs for when this is done. So.
Oh, we'll have to talk stouts. There's the best stout I found recently, which I've been trying to hunt down, is the Hickory Clan Caviar's Maple Pecan Stout. It was gorgeous. Ooh, very nice.
That sounds good.
It's about, I think it's about £3.80 a can. The cans are like that. So I was like, maybe I'll pass. Anyway. We'll do beer talk another night. On to our event winners. So congratulations to Space Junkie's very own Raton Magico for winning his own 5 copy of Gary Mitchell. But polite drawing and claps all around.
Actually, you know what? No. Hang on. I have to go for that clap because 5 out of 5 Gary Mitchell. That's something.
Dear oh dear. There has to be a winner.
I'm sure
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, no, someone's got to win for the rest of us so that we don't have to.
Okay, also we've got...
You know that meme where they've got like the guy's like biting his medal and shaking the champagne, and then it pans out and he's in 3rd place, and 1st and 2nd are just standing there like, what are you doing? Whoever ranked 1501 and avoided Mitchell is like, yeah!
I think there was
I've done that. I've actually gone and said I'm specifically avoiding the gold, and but I want all the honor I can get for top 2,000, and made sure I didn't get that 1,500. So
fantastic.
Now that this is a
ways,
cooking
it's harder
game,
than getting number one. It's a really refined skill.
yeah.
That's
Also,
a real metagame.
congratulations to Carpe Diem at number 4, Blue Angel number 5, James T. Kirk number 19, all of these Space Junkies. This isn't the Space Junkies event, apparently, the mad people they are. GBP's own Ishmael Marks at 22, Evans of Wales from SSR at 25, and SSR's own Nolian at 33, and Sunkatse Siete at 39, because I think we're now contractually obliged to say her name every week. God knows how she does it. I don't know. Okay. Let us spin the wheel. Thank you for everyone who submitted show titles. The winner of this week's one was El Mato. Through popular vote, he chose the somewhat controversial title from somewhere on the forums. But let's bring up... I won't go too much into detail, but those that know,
It's only controversial if you know where it comes from.
Yeah, exactly. Those that know. It's going to confuse a lot of people that don't know. Right, let's spin this wheel and see who will win this month's sub. Spinning. We need a tricorder noise for this, don't we? Congratulations, El Mato!
Oh, I have them right there.
Hey!
El Mato, we shall sort you out with a month's worth of sub for this channel. And our subs involve a channel on the Discord where we'll do some fun things and things like that. Also, when we do What the Dub, subs get first priority. It's good fun, but always thank you for supporting. Okay, guys. We've had the resourceful collection last time. This week we have the Primal collection, which Ben dropped on Timelines Talks on the Q&A a few weeks back, but now it's actually come to pass that we have the Primal collection at last, and I didn't intend that to wrap. That's just my crap.
You musician,
Professionalism.
I'm out.
Okay, talk to me about the Primal collection. This is quite a small one. There are only 11 crew are available for this collection, one of which is the 4 out of 5 Spock and Ichaya, who has recently been available. We see a few boosts in there, like we've got the med boost and some sec base and proficiencies. However, the other bonuses with it are a bit weird. There's a bit of nothing there.
It literally feels like someone else took over to do the thresholds for this and tripled, because the boosts are correct, but nothing else feels like it's appropriate for anyone who can play the game more than
Thank you also for gifting El Mato. Please carry on. Could turn that down.
So it's what a basic
I
boost.
will stop at nothing to interrupt Stars and Garters, even throwing money at the problem.
You can keep on throwing away those triggers, and I'll just keep on talking. I have plenty of stuff I can talk about.
It was an automatic trigger. Yell at idle.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, you get like a basic boost shuttle pack, and you get 10 whole dilithium.
10.
I don't think that's even enough to fuel a ship back to the 23rd century.
You get more just by ranking fuck all in an event, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get like 50
I think
or
it's
25.
25 just for showing up.
That's what Primal crew are worth, apparently.
So that Magasu you just leveled up for your first star.
Yeah, so that brings me to my next point. So the name of this collection is Primal Instinct, and that's fine. You know, that's whatever. I feel like a more appropriate title would have been Choose Your Pain, because to finish this collection, you need to either go for Mugato or Lukexato, and that is choosing your pain. That is, which of these will you willingly inflict upon yourself? Because most people, if they're smart, will have gone through the game not getting either of these crew, and now you are, if you want to stay on the top echelons, if you want all those boosts, you have to get one of them. Which one? Who do you guys pick?
I mean, I've got to go with Magato for the latest Lower Decks episode, but well, not latest, but one of the season 2 Lower Decks episodes. But I don't know. Lukexato does feel Zindi. I know it's pointless vanity. I say pointless, but you know, it is at least something more than Magato has. Yeah, I think that we got 2 super. There's only 2 super rares in this collection, isn't there? There's Evolve Paris and the Molly O'Brien displaced Molly. Oh, there's 4. Is there? Who are the other 2?
Riker, Molly, Paris, and Mother Horta.
Oh, of course, yes. So 4 out of the 11. I think what is the second threshold? 5?
Oh, you've got the opposite. You're meant to be seeing
5.
like properly now.
I am. I'm supposed to. Yes, this is my. Oh yeah. So for those who do keep track, yes, I now have. I am now bespeckled. I'm now joined our glasses podcast here.
Wait, hold on, chat. Chat just redeemed some points for change
Oh,
glasses.
okay. Hang on. Right, because I've got several pairs here. I'm going to put on my Kovic glasses.
Points well spent.
There we go. There we go. I've got 3 pairs of glasses because I'm like, well, I'm going to need them. I best have spares.
I was hoping for some like Elton John like star frame glasses with pink.
Hey, here's my
There's a cat.
friend.
There's a cat.
Can we add her to the collection? Maybe she'd do her something.
Yeah, that's Grudge. What are you talking about? She's already there.
That's grumpy enough. Yeah.
Yeah, she that's her natural look. She always looks mad or ready to pounce.
Just like
So,
stars.
Idle, I have to admit,
Go on.
I was watching Austin Powers Spyro Shadow the other day. And there's a-
Thanks. Right, send her these back. Christ. No, it's fine.
I was going to say, there's a section where there's a musical interlude featuring Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello, and
Oh, I love
you are
that.
wearing Elvis Costello's glasses. Pretty much.
Perfect. I love it. I love Austin Powers, so that's fine.
Hold on, can you Idle? Can you turn around and play some Burt Bacharach on the
I
spot?
would, but I've actually disconnected my keyboard because I had a band
Oh.
practice last night. But otherwise, I would play, you know. And is that Burt Bacharach? I don't know. What's he playing that song? What is the song?
He probably in the first one he plays what the world needs now is love, and then in
Love,
the second
sweet.
one he plays I'll never fall in
Yeah.
love again.
That's probably
You
yeah.
were
What,
humming
yeah.
what that Carpenter song, which I think Bacharach also wrote, but this is not a music stream. This is a Star
to
Trek
Burt
stream.
Bacharach Talks.
Yes, we're here. It's all the classics.
Hey,
You know, in the
Bert's a
70s,
hero of mine, you know.
in the 70s, that was his prime era. Come on, that's prime. Anyway, yes, Primal. Any more to say about anyone in the Primal collection? Is there a stunner apart from Spock and Ishaya, who is easily possibly the best person in this collection to look for? Is there anyone else worth possibly looking at to maybe get yourself to that 5 tier?
Protomorphosis Worf does at least hit Klingon.
You would say that.
I would say this, and I would actually I would be correct in saying this for once.
I would just wait.
Can you name one better?
They're just bad crew, and it's like... We'll talk later about the value of fusing multiple golds to try to get some kind of advantage. And I'm not sure 3 or 4 of the worst golds in the game to get like a 1% boost or something is... I mean, maybe, but when you have big collections like Resourceful out there that have actually good crew in it still, and then you can get all sorts of boosts from there... I don't know. I'm going to wait personally, but
Well, it's also a case
yeah,
of
I'm not
wait till
retrieving
we'll
any
have
of these
another
guys.
collection.
I'll sit with my 5 or 6 that I got done. I think I might be at 7.
I will say
But
about
that's the thing. It's like just wait, just wait
Mm-hmm.
a month, and there'll be another collection out, and it'll have med and sec boosts, and then you'll be like, oh well, it's like I didn't need to do it primal at all.
how many people like? Because I'm looking at the reward structure. So the one thing I never buy is those like the initial boosters for shuttle tokens. I never buy those because he always gets unless I get the 5 free ones in my daily rewards. And often the one thing at least I have is the 2-star boosters for quick starts. I never have those, so that's kind of the one that made me kind of go, oh, look, a free one of those, because I never buy them with credits. I'll get them for free, so whenever I do a quick start, I'm just burning through things. It's a niggling little thing, but I'm just like, I like that, but yeah, obviously as a reward for completing Legato, it's nothing. But that's just
Is this
It
in the
costs you
same
what?
sort of category of I appreciate this as those campaign crates that you're still mourning?
No, campaign crates were fucking great. I got 23rd century Martok from there to there without paying a single cron. Anyway, oh, hang on. This just in. Oh no, we're getting some live reports now. Yes.
Mitchell, watch.
Yes, it's time for a new segment that we are bringing this week. Indeed, it is going to be Mitchell Watch, where we check the rolls, check the gauntlet performance of Gary Mitchell, the hottest new gauntlet crew that we have in the game. Now,
Mitchell, watch.
let me just gradually fade that out. Yes, thank you to our community and for friends and family for anyone you know, for submitting Gary Mitchell Arena Gauntlet screenshots, where we have got some interesting results for those that don't expect us. So let's go for the first one. I haven't got names tied to these, so if you see your own screenshot, please pipe up. But our first one.
I think most of them are
Here's
from.
one I made earlier.
So this
Most
is
of them are from Apollo and Garrick. So,
so this first one, I appreciate you guys on your end. You've got the 40-second delay, so you might not see it in time. But yes, this first one. So Lieutenant Commander Mitchell in the gauntlet, facing off against the giant of Picard. I nearly said Picard loves Reds. Might as well be, because that's how I think of you. Mirror Jean-Luc Picard. With your gun on your shoulder, 2 guns.
Wow.
And
I didn't know I had such great pythons.
So for those of you looking at those high rolls, my God, he brings the heat in for this 2-skiller with some fantastic 88, 149, and 215 rolls. Like this is a stunning display of gauntletship here from the. I'm struggling here, guys. You're gonna have to bring me. This is your segment, Auto. Come on, help me out here.
this is the community segment. We
Oh,
are
yeah, too right.
banding together to show what Mitchell can do in the right hands.
Wasn't someone suggesting that we should try and guess the level of the Mitchell in the screenshot?
Yeah.
That's true. He might be level 10. He might be level 100. We don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and guess like a level 30 here. I'll say level 30.
Level 30. That could be. No, I'm. You know, I'm gonna say it. That's a fully equipped Gary Mitchell. That's just what you can. That's just what he's gonna get. That's a bad roll. But then with Gary Mitchell, aren't they all bad rolls? Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's go. Mitchell Watch continues. Oh, it's a win. Look at this. He beats the mighty Armus with a clear 200 points there, which you will see on a second command roll. But he got some interesting no crits. That's pretty good. I don't know. This is swaying me on Mitchell. Maybe I ought to buy a pack. What do you reckon?
Oh, hold on. I gotta scroll
You
back
should
up and
totally buy
find
the
out.
91.99 pack for however many copies of Mitchell. That's totally worth it.
Yeah, no, he did high roll on that one.
He did,
I
yeah.
I have to go back and look on Discord because we're like a minute behind.
Yeah,
but
this is
whatever.
the downside of this tonight. Unfortunately, yes, for those that haven't caught up, we are having a lot of drops and things tonight. Whether it's my connection or whether it's Twitch being funny, we're just having issues. So bear with us.
Alright,
For
so-
anyone that hasn't caught up and wants to sort of, check it later, YouTube, we will have that. Will be fine. So anyway, but yes, go on.
So far, we've had the blurst of times and the best of times. We have any other.
Oh yeah, of
Mitchell Watch.
course.
Yeah,
It's not pure concentrated mediocrity. Where's that?
Okay, here we go. So this one is, again, Lieutenant Commander Mitchell versus Armus. And he even got a crit! A stunning 906 punch straight to the gooey bladder of Armus. And, oh no, he didn't win. Because he had a 67.
And he rolled a 67.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, the screw can be good in gauntlets, so
I've
maybe
been
we're not
told.
utilizing him correctly.
I've been told that not all crew are built for voyages.
You understand.
Okay,
It's
next
been
one up.
said.
Oh, hang on. That's a matchup. I don't know why I've got that there. I think that was the initial matchup for the. Yeah, let's try the next one. Right. Okay. Lieutenant
These are
Commander
put
Mitchell.
into Discord in order, and then Idle just shuffles them up in his Yahtzee shaker and he throws them out onto the board.
I go where the file names take me. Okay. This next one. So, Lieutenant Commander Mitchell, 2021 card versus Admiral Riker, 2016 card. Mitchell scores 207 points. Admiral Riker, the 2016 card, 6 years old. No, 5 years old. 2,785.
Actually, this
Did
is-
Riker even have one roll below 200? I can't see it on my screen
He
yet. So.
nearly did. Lowest one was 295, but
190.
he got a crit on a 710. So yeah. Oof. Yes, apologies for freezers, guys. Sorry, I can't do not a lot about it. Okay, let's move on. Next one. Next punch. We
Don't
got
worry, the hard freezes are representative of Mitchell's general quality in Gauntlet.
The stream quality may roll a 12, may roll a 700.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know until
Who
you watch.
knows?
the ghost
Your
of Gary
ping
Mitchell is.
has- From what I understand, this internet connection may be good for ping.
Nifty in chat says it's the petrol shortage in the UK.
Yes,
so.
that's exactly it. I haven't refueled my modem in a while. It's petrol
I can
generated.
just picture you trying to start it like a lawnmower in the background, you know?
Just kicking it once in a while. Come on! Okay, this next one. So this is Armus again versus Gary Mitchell. And a one-sided fight because neither had med. Gary Mitchell managed to get the 1 point on the medical roll, but fluffed it in the second one, losing 671 to 1397. Ooh.
Almost.
Okay, we've got one more. Do you think he's going to... Right, predictions. Do you think he is going to pull it out for the win? What do you reckon? Brutal. This is the best one to end on. Lieutenant Commander Mitchell versus First Officer Riker, who I didn't even know you could take into Gauntlet for any reason.
That's Nemesis Riker. Okay.
Yes.
I never see anyone take him.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, we selected the best possible Mitchell rolls for this segment, and this is like
Mitchell rolled 1852, Riker 2079. He beat him by a clear 200 points. So, yeah, this guy is some crew are just built not for what you expect. They're built for different reasons.
They're built different.
Yeah.
Just like all of us. We're all built different. Okay.
All right. That was as depressing as the real nightly news Mitchell Watch was. So
we will continue Mitchell Watch. If you have any screenshots or any fun Mitchell rolls that you've seen, or if you've taken them down swiftly with your 1-star Will Riker, please let us know. We would love.
Wait, hit the sting again.
I've just closed it. Hang on. Okay, here it comes. Any minute now.
Mitchell Watch. I live for that.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
We all live for different things. It's fine.
We do.
So,
Last week go.
Like I say, I've enjoyed one thing. You guys were talking last week, the week before, about EV Suit Picard's gauntlet ability. And I've actually been using him in my current gauntlet. It was nice to take him up against Braxton and slap Braxton down. So
yeah, he's
pretty happy about that.
He's quite good at gauntlet.
He's
gets his
slightly
moments.
better.
Yeah.
He's slightly better than Braxton. Not a whole lot, but definitely worth. I'm glad I can take him instead of Braxton.
But he's a Picard,
because he's a Picard.
Yeah, of course. You have to legally take him to every
Guess what?
gauntlet.
It's always nice to see a different person in Gauntlet. It's really, really boring saying Baylor, Guinan, Red Angel, It's like, seeing someone with a different face is like nice.
Hang on, you could now pretty much nearly effectively take a complete Picard lineup into the Gauntlet and be moderately successful because you've got Mambo Picard, Mirror Jean-Luc Picard, now EV Suit Picard. I don't know if Augment Picard has a little bit of ancillary use there. I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, but I think he gets 65%.
Musketeer actually has some decent rolls.
There you go.
So that's the one.
Yeah, so there you go.
Romulan Picard, actually.
Yeah, there is merit to having an all Picard gauntlet roll, and I'm sure one day they will add crew variants to that bonus.
Now you're like, now I have to commit.
Now I'm like, okay, I got to just take a gauntlet and put that together and see what it looks like.
I reckon you do quite well. I reckon you wouldn't do too badly.
I'm not sure how Cayman's medical roll is. I'd have to look. That would be because that's about it for me. If you tried to cover all 6 skills, you're gonna have to take Cayman.
Picard, watch.
Yeah, too. Yeah. What's he doing now? He's drinking Earl Grey. How dare he? It's decaf. Okay. Last week we came up with a new section with the crew spotlight. What would these crew be like if they were just released today? We're going to continue that with a couple of crew that we've not looked for a little while. One a little bit newer than the other, and one of them a bit more neglectful of their children than the other. But let's have a quick look.
Is one of these cards you? Like what?
Yeah, probably. Not quite. I am not quite as severe as Leucon, who was, I believe, released in 2020. Was he a 2020 card?
February 4th, 2020.
Ah, yes. Score 1. NSEC Psy. He is still Voyage rank number 9 and a collection piece. Guys, tell us, if you were to get Leucon in a Behold, why would he still stand up against the people of today? Why did you pick him?
I don't know why you're talking like this idle. You can't get him in Behold. He just came into the game.
Oh yeah. No, of course I can't. Sorry. I'm going to have to pull all these Tuesday packs. Was he Tuesday? Yes, he was a Tuesday one. Yeah, he was a Tuesday. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to spend 15,000 dilithium and not get him.
Of course he was.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, first of all, he and the second card were picked because they are in the crosshairs of Picard Loves Reds for citation advice. And so we'll start with this one and then have an interesting second one. And maybe by the end of the show, when he shares screen, he'll start throwing sights on crew if we've talked him into it. I don't know. But
It could happen.
all right, yeah, so Leucon is... So it's been, what did we say, 7 months now? And I think he's down like 4 voyage ranks. So that's a pretty good return on investment. This is... Oh, I'm sorry. I keep talking about it like he's actually been out. I'm ruining my own gimmick here. All right, forget what I just said.
I need to have one of those like wipes where we all look at the middle distance and go, just remember, and go la 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 la.
With harp music.
Yeah.
It's still real to me, damn it. Even if you guys can't keep kayfabe.
What was I? Hang on. No, what was this? What did you say? March 2020. What was I doing in March 2020? Was I even? I think I just met you guys.
Yeah,
that was around that time, wasn't it? That was in the early days when we were just starting to talk about doing a show. And we were sort of saying, hey, we should kind of do a podcast
time is
or
warped
something.
and space is malleable.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't quite place
We should stream or something. Oh dear, too much freezing. Oh dear.
Yeah, it looks like it's not going to stream. Do we want to try a restart now?
Let's keep going because at least we can push this to YouTube and we can still get the podcast up. So I'll just say sorry, guys. Watch on YouTube after show. No, what you're gonna do? Let's just keep it going. We'll keep the production go. We'll keep doing.
Not enough truck drivers.
Participation. We'll do it live. Oh wait.
Anyway, apologies, guys. Not much I can do at this point. But anyway, let's carry on. Leucon. Yeah, this guy looks good. I think, when he was released, there was a hell of an impact because what was he's? Oh, sorry. God. Yeah, sorry. This guy is like, he's top Voyager. This is some hot shit. But do I want to invest a ton of my dilithium into this for a Tuesday pack? But are we going to see crew like this ever again?
Now, we just had this big resourceful collection. It has like 1 billion boosts, and I think it included 5% to engineering base. So there are a couple other crew, Prisoner Kim, Barry Waddle, Eng primary crew, who are near the top of the Voyage ranks. So it's not like you can't find any. Way back in about February 4th, 2020, if he had debuted then, he would have been the only Eng crew in like the top 15. So that would have made a bigger impact. But even still, as a new debut today, he's very good. Beyond that...
It's a very interesting time period you picked for that. I don't know why you choose February 2020.
Just guessing.
What else happened in February 2020? I'm curious.
So yeah, but beyond that, I mean, what are we looking at here? There's a collection. He's had no events in history of the game.
You are looking at sheer unlimited power. You are looking at... Because I remember I had this conversation with you, Otto, and I was talking about... it was after EV Spock dropped, and everyone was complaining about how the fact that he wasn't quite as good as they were hoping for a Spock.
If only they had known.
If only they had known what was to come. He's gotten better over time, not worse. That's what happens when you complain about these things. And you told me, like, oh, well, I was talking about, Eng side, that's really easy to stack on a Voyage. It's such a there's so many cards with this skill set. And you're like, yeah, but how many of them are actually really good? Like, have a look at some of the names that you consider to be really good Eng side names, and look at their Voyage ranking and their raw Voyage totals, and ask yourself how well you can actually staff a good Eng side Voyage. And it wasn't actually that good. Like, someone like EV Spock probably actually made a bit more of a difference to people's rosters than they really realized. And someone like the newly released Leucon would have an even bigger impact because massive base, massive side profit, it's like a big wad of power you can just stick on your Voyage and it just goes. And yeah, you can have collections, you can have event use, but in the end, events are only like once a week. Yeah, you can throw like XYZ collections. You get one time boost and you feel good about it, and then you're like, oh yeah, now that's part of my game. But you run voyages every single day. You hit dilemmas every single day, and someone with raw voyage power like this is someone you will use every single day. So is he worth throwing 23k Dilatum away over? Probably not, because I don't think any card is really worth that. But
Unless it's a Wharf.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. Don't worry about it. But to be fair, if you had to do it for any crew, it would be a crew like this, or someone like Breen disguised Kiro, who has a similar amount of that you think it's a really common skill set, but the sheer raw power is actually kind of unprecedented.
So I'm going back and looking. Since that fateful big costume mega where we got Dexa and Reunion, Spock and Kirk, all those big Voyagers, since then we've had one crew in the top 30 Voyagers, and that's Tactical Stamets. He was a Tuesday Pack crew. So if you're after Voyagers, it's been, that mega was in March, so it's been 6 months, and your only chance for a top 30 Voyager was in a 6-pack. So Leucon coming out now is pretty fortuitous timing. If you want big Voyagers, if you want Eng Voyagers, it's been quite a while. So if he were retrievable, I would probably recommend that as well. He's just in the right part of power to drop slowly. Now, as an all-rounder, I don't think he quite has it there. His traits are what? Geneticist, Brunali, Botanist, like... I think WRG's plans...
Traits there,
WRG's plans for world domination do include a collection for every trait, but it might be a while before we get the Botanist, Brunali collections, so...
Yeah.
I mean, the Voyages are your goal, then absolutely, he's great, but everything else is kind of...
Sorry, I was just running a speed test while you were doing it. I can confirm it's not my connection that's causing the problems, it is Twitch. And it's just gone down to 0, which is worrying. So we might not even be streaming at this point. Oh no, there we go. It's come back up again. Yeah, I've just loaded.
And we're like 4 minutes behind. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is.
We'll have to put this up on YouTube.
Yeah, we will. I've just loaded my Twitch streaming rate, so maybe that'll stabilize it a bit. Tryfast.com. Will a bit. Anyway, okay, so Leucon, fantastic crew from the past. Your other choice, a little bit more recent.
Hold on. Before we move on, not because this is for PLR's benefit here. What are your pros and cons with Leucon? Is that someone that you want to cite, or what are you looking at to improve on your roster?
So the big thing I'm looking at right now is 12-hour voyages, and I've gotten close, 1150. And where I see my challenges there is getting the tertiaries high enough to get those checks, kind of that 8 to 10 hour mark. So what I've seen, and there's could be a little perception bias into this, but what I've seen is generally kind of to hit 12, you got to have your primary, secondary over 14 or really close to 14. Then you've got to have one tertiary that's kind of around 8. I've seen some people do it under 8. Everything else is better be above, kind of that 4 mark. You can have one below 3 if you've got one that's in the 8 category, about 8K. And that's the one that's getting tagged a lot. So you're kind of counting on RNG quite a bit. So it's kind of balancing, getting those tertiaries kind of lined up for that, where it is an RNG crapshoot to get it. We don't quite have it. I think unless you probably got all 1,090-ish crew, where you can hit it pretty regularly. And
yes, one star chapel to help boost up the tertiary.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm kind of, I was for a long time thinking about Breen Kira, but she's Command Dipsuck, and I'm thinking taking more Prisoner Kim Leucon to help boost those tertiary those tertiary roles.
One of the best ways to boost up all those other non-featured skills is, sounds kind of simple, but stack big voyage power crew, because all that power's got to go somewhere, right? Unless they're like Bones McCoy, one skiller who has like a 2,500 roll on voyages, that's gonna bleed into their third skill, their second skill, and rising tide lifts all boats. So Those top Voyagers, not only do they last longer in service because they age better, WRG doesn't add as many of them, but they'll bump up your ancillary skills without you even realizing it.
Mm-hmm.
My esteemed colleagues, are we still monitoring stream, or are we?
We
doing
are.
the
No,
show?
sorry. I am hot on the stream. I have just done a few more speed tests. It's definitely not my end, so I'm pretty certain it is Twitch's end. So we'll just have to bear with it. Yeah, it's what can we do? But anyway, I am recording locally, so this will be up on YouTube. Anyway, please carry on.
So I will say, like, the only thing that I think really hurts Leucon's voyage cred is how bad his antimatter traits are. Because I'm thinking I'm pretty sure the only one that he hits with any kind of regularity is Jury Rigger. And there are a few. In fact, if you want competition for Eng crew of a similar caliber, Triple Herder Scotty is of a similar sort of power level. Obviously a different skill set. Eng Sec Command, I believe, is tertiary is. But it's a case of maybe you'll get 2 in a row. Because here's the other thing: is that you can stack as many power voyages as you want. You can have as many collections as you want. But in the end, the 12-hour voyage is still a thing of luck. It's not something you can replicate 100% of the time. And it is probably going to be a case of waiting for the exact right lineup of traits, and you've got so make sure you don't get Freighter as your antimatter bonus trait for your ship. And make sure you get all your ducks in a row for your exact right primary, secondary, tertiary skills, and then it will happen. And even then, only if you're lucky. And it is really just a case of a confluence of events. But it is that thing of the more shots you have that you can take with a big power voyage, the more big power voyages you have, the greater chance you have of being able to hit every single seat with someone who is worthwhile and not just they'll do.
Yeah, I haven't looked to see how other people are starting. I do know that when I did that 1150, I would think I was well over 2,800 when I kicked it off to make sure I had a little bit of a buffer there. And I've always heard that debate in the community of well, does that matter? Because it's only like a couple of minutes of extra voyage time. Theoretically, it's only like 25 points. But
when you finish at 11:58, it might make a difference. Yeah.
Just think, Captain Lionel, king of the just about did it. Like
that's what my wife says.
That's your new title. That's your Discord server title now.
Perfect. I love it.
I think idle
3 minutes matter, and that's why we make sure to highlight when someone with an odd trait like Hunter is actually voyage viable, because that is the fly in the ointment. Is when you have, I've got 28, 29, 25, whatever antimatter. I've got my right ship. I've got all this thing. I look like I'm stacked, and then it's like, there's a fucking Romulan seat. Who the fuck am I gonna put there?
Right.
I don't have Narek. Okay, Romulan Picard, get in, I guess.
Eladar Jarok, bring out the 4 stars.
They're all in the freezer, almost.
Yeah, if you're playing smart, yeah. But it is just a case of the confluence of events. You can only try and narrow down the odds and beat them as much as you can. But I think Leucon would be a good way of now, because again, like I mentioned, Jury Rigger, Triple Herder Scotty is the other big name value there. But if you haven't got him, he would be your only choice. And if you have both, you might have that odd moment where it's like, Jury Rigger has appeared on multiple seats, and then suddenly you can stack them. Suddenly that's how it is.
Right.
Sounds like the stream is fine after we've shed half of our viewers. Welcome back, the real Timelines faithful.
I did just have to say this on the Discord, come back. That's fine, that's fine. We shall carry on. Our next crew take us into the far, far ago, a long way back. You're going to talk about Scapegoat O'Brien, who I think was 2 weeks ago. So for a crew segment where we're talking about how do you remember these crew, but please.
Actually, I don't think we talked about him. I think we were off that week, if I'm remembering correctly.
Did we not?
I don't remember covering him.
It sounds very on brand for us to be off on the day that the top 5 Voyager drops.
I went and checked the VOD. I didn't see him mentioned, so...
Maybe not.
You kind of mentioned him in passing, but not really.
Together with the 8s, O'Brien puts up an act to distract the guard and let Nog slip into the count room of Frankie's casino. Flavor text, baby.
You say that in such a kind of 1950s sort of announcer
Yeah,
voice.
see? They got what he ate, so Brian puts up an act. Yeah, see?
All right, Bugs Bunny. Let's carry on. Scapegoat
Got a big
O'Brien.
old cigar hanging out the side of my mouth.
So listen, he's still Voyage rank number 4, which is obviously is not going to change in that much time. But this guy being...
Did he improve?
I think he went from 5 to 4.
Yeah, with the collection boosts, yeah, he is actually better than... I think it was Resourceful with all its many engineering boosts at those early levels. Definitely put him up in the stead, but... this guy's a monster. Like this is the Leucon of early 2020. Now this is where Leucon was essentially, really.
I mean, Lower Decks did establish that O'Brien is the most important man in Starfleet in family history, so clearly they were onto something.
So let's start first talking about the card, and then pivot to: is he worth all the other stars on the Bada Bing crew? So to begin with, as a Voyager, he's kind of in a similar situation to the crew we just talked about, but better. He has 6 traits. They are all antimatter bonuses. He's number 1 for all his traits. He's number 1 for skill set, obviously number 4. So he's in that power level where he might drop a rank or 2 by next year. I mean, we've harped on Dip for so long. If you see a Dip primary crew,
back to 5.
Yeah. I know we've been conditioned, like, if you see a Dip primary crew, I have a lot of Dip. Well, trust me, this is better than that. So he's great on voyages. He's got, I think, the number 1 Dip and Sec seeding score on shuttles. He's got good shuttle bases. He's got that collection, big costume party collection. He's got a couple traits, well, Gambler that could hit on another collection. So I know No Name Namer is in love with this crew. And as we're adjusting, waiting, and the automatic tiering stuff for the big book, and as we look through different setups and situations, I keep seeing him pop up as tier 1, and my gut is like, I don't think he's that good, but I mean, he's really good in the areas that he's really good.
Tier
so
1.5.
I'm glad. I mean, WG did right, because there are some okay crew in the collection and some good crew, but you have to immortalize all of them to get 1 star on O'Brien. So, is that worth it? Stars, do you think it's worth it? And then Picard, is that something that you're considering heavily, or just as a passing thought?
Okay, so you can probably tell where my mind is at when I say this, but there's a scene in Casino Royale, where Bond goes into his hotel room and he sees a dinner jacket sort of laid out on his bed, and he comes in and he talks to Ava Green. He's like, I have a dinner jacket. And she says, there are dinner jackets and there are dinner jackets. This is the latter. I need you looking like someone who belongs at that table. It's tailored. I sized you up the moment I met. And it's literally, that's what Scapegoat O'Brien is. He is a perfectly tailored Voyage crew. And there are Voyage crew, and then there are Voyage crew. Oh, yeah. There's a few people that you can reasonably call elite. Captain Braxton is a member of the elite. Dexter is a member of the elite. They are part of the later losers curve of Voyage crew. And they don't generally move very much. And yes, it's going to be painful to try and finish off someone as lackluster as Diversion Yates. It's going to be really painful. But then you're going to shove her in the freezer. You're probably never going to look at her again. And then there's going to be a single shiny star on O'Brien with a big button that says claimed. And you're going to press that button, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm riding high. And
suddenly the angels descend from heaven and...
Yeah, no, it's literally just that moment in Die Hard where they open up the vault and it's like Alexander wept for there were no more worlds to conquer. Like, what more do you need?
Really not a good time to sort of, as you claim that crew, start singing, I believe I can fly. It's really not a good time to start singing that. No. Anyway, sorry, Karen.
You're taking the piss.
That's what I do.
Yeah, so...
Mr. Reds, what do you think? Have we sold you?
Where are you on this?
He's actually... So right now, I'm not going to chase him. The primary reason is I only have 2 stars on Bagman Odo. I didn't pull a lot of packs to try to get him, so the only way to get Bagman Odo is basically either buy super rare citations, which I'm not willing to do, or just wait. Obviously wait for the campaigns each month. So I got 2 more campaigns I need. So I've got 2 months before I'm going to be ready to tackle Scapegoat from Ryan. If Yates and Kira drop today, I'm taking them, unless there's just some bang up crew that I think if it's between Yates and Prisoner Kim or Leucon, I'll take them and just sit on Yates. But
that's fair.
My thought is I've got 10 citations right now that I'm sitting on. So he's probably the next honor sale tackle. Like if there's another honor sale in 3 to 4 months, I'll rack up another 5 to 6 citations to collect, and then I can pick off Yates, and I can decide after especially after I tackle Leucon or Prisoner Kim, if I use my current sites on them, do a retrieval and then knock them out. I can retrieve Yates. And Yates is a fairly inexpensive retrieval. I haven't looked at Kira yet.
Kira is very generic. She only has like 4 traits. I think you need Bajoran, Romantic, Costumed, and Crafty, which, to be fair, are not expensive pull stars to buy, but it's just a case of you kind of need to have every single one in a row, because I think she shares a lot of traits with Jazz Odo. So.
Okay.
So, if you look at the... so I go...
And I've looked at that a little bit. So I was looking at that, doing kind of a Kira when I was doing Breen Kira, picking up Breen Kira, looking at kind of the marketplace value of the pole stars. I was like, you would be a moron to buy a Breen pole star. It was, when I was looking at it, it was at 40K. I'm like, you can retrieve Kira for 9K if you have to buy the Starfleet. Like, it was like it was like one of those human Federation Starfleet ones that you had to add to there, and you're still at 9K, assuming you didn't have any of the pole stars. So I was like, who in their right mind would go out and buy a green pole star to get Green Kira? You can use your ISM way better than that.
Look,
which is why I kind of made a comment about
don't want to risk it. What if I fuck up my retrieval? I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
What if I'm really bad at pressing buttons?
I've been there, done that. I've done a few of those. That's how I ended up with Dancing Uhura, trying to take a palm swipe screenshot of a behold, and I got Dancing Uhura instead of my first Braxton. I was like, oh.
Wait, what do they even share? What traits do they have that they share in common?
No, this was a behold.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago, a long time ago. I have had a couple of those, but had a recent one button mashup issue where I was 1 o'clock in the morning, cranking away before bed, half asleep, playing.
Hang on.
And I added a star to Turtle McCoy. I burned the citation on him. I was like, oh, what the heck? Oh well.
Well, he's not the worst screw out there.
I need him for a collection. I'll keep. And I'm not gonna make some poor CS rep in East Asia like fix my account. I'll eat it.
I bet you they would have fixed it right away if you'd mentioned that you were cranking it in bed. They would probably be like, okay, I don't want to deal with this.
Okay.
I'll leave that on the stream, nowhere else.
Bringing it back in. So looking at bringing it back in. Like, if you're looking at you've got if you've got to retrieve Kira and Yates, Kira is good. Like decoy Kira is still I know there are many jokes about me passing him by time. Yeah, I know, but that's only because there have been better ones in time. I've had better options, but she is great crew, eventable, voyageable. Yates, she's the kind of the one you have to sort of hold your nose and bum. But to be fair, to sight up one crew or retrieve one crew over time for decoy Kira and Scapegoat O'Brien, that's a pretty good deal. Good deal. Mm-hmm. I would, I'd be happy doing that, and I am planning to do that at some point.
So, I wish I had the numbers in front of me, but when this crew first came out, we tried to run numbers. And compare him to something that makes sense, that we're used to handling with. So I said, well, okay, how much benefit does, say, a 1% boost give to your roster? And obviously you have to add it up bit by bit. I think we pulled some random voyage numbers and tried to do it that way. How much would a 5/5 Scapegoat O'Brien help out? And we look at what crew that might replace on your shuttles or voyages or whatever. I think we worked it out to he would be, for your average roster, maybe like a 2-3% boost, maybe more. And for the endgame roster, it wouldn't be nearly as much because you have all those top shelf crew. But so if you look at it as more of a boost, okay, let's say this vanity collection had a 1% boost on the end of it. Would you sight up, 4 purples and 3 gold crew to get a 1% skill boost? I mean, I probably would. We're just talking about it for Primal, and those crew are far worse than Bada Bing and crew like High Roller Cisco, who actually you would use every day because he's such a great sec shuttler. So, I mean,
yeah, it does depend on the boost, doesn't it? Because you've got to look at what you've already got boosted. Like my current state of the game, I've been targeting med, so my med is at something like 24% base and some in the 20s for the proficiencies. So I'm looking at the collections now that are going to boost my engineering. So I'm looking at the crew that I've got to do that. So it does depend on where you are in the game. As are you trying to balance things out, or are you targeting specific voyages to do? Because at the end of the day, you're getting this crew to get the 12-hour voyage. You're getting this for the time, aren't you? So you're either wanting to spread yourselves thin or spread yourselves to the max, or you're trying to sort of target, say, right, I'm putting everything in command, I'm putting everything in dip, so I'm going to go for these collections. So it's wherever you're closest to. I'm kind of finding that we're all kind of treading this territory with these new collections as they're released as to what kind of skill boosts we're getting, but it's interesting and very meta and very sort of finicky.
And I can remember early on in voyages, one of my goals, looking at Scapegoat O'Brien being dip sec, one of my goals was that was a weakness for a long time until I got Quinn. He came because he's dip sec as well, or sec. I forget which one he's got as his primary, but
dip sec, yeah.
But that, getting him and then finally getting him start up, definitely made a big impact because there's a lot of com sec and a lot of com dip, but that dip sec. And those three is probably the hardest of those three together to have as a primary secondary. So this, with him being up there in that power range, with his high eng instead of Quinn, who was a calm tertiary. Yes, I see him definitely helping with those 12-hour leaps.
So where are you guys? If we can get like a quick poll, thumbs up, thumbs down. Where you guys are at right now, is Scapegoat in visual range for you to go after, like either now or maybe after you sight 1 or 2 more crew, or is he just not on your radar?
I say thumbs up. He is on my radar, but for it's going to be a few months. He's going to be sort of it's going to be retrievals for Kieran, Yates. It's definitely on my plan. You guys know me. I plan things in advance quite a lot, so I've got this long-term plans. Like I'm doing this, and then I'm doing that. Unless something else comes up and goes, oh, that's more attractive, I'll just slot that in there. So yeah, definitely on my plan. I want him, but it's enough of an investment that I have to sort of think about what I'm taking over it. Like we were saying about the skill boost we're missing in collections. He is equivalent to sort of adding the time, but I need to know what I'm doing there. That's just me being sort of macroing it a little bit, or microing it. I don't know. Is that macro or micro? Not quite sure. StarCraft players, chime in. Come on.
I think it's macro.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's the zoom in on the mouse wheel. Okay. For me, he is within visual range. I would need 4 stars on Yates because I've been avoiding taking her. And 2 stars on Bagban because I got 1 out of packs, and then I dipped out because I didn't want to waste it. I didn't want to waste dilithium on a dill hole. I threw 1 purple citation on him. I would be at 3 out of 4, but I have a bit of a slot crunch going on at the moment. And I had to throw 1 on our recent tripled lock-in so that I could actually have space for anyone. And now I'm kind of in this place where, yeah, I want him, but I don't really have the space to keep him even if I did get him. so I need to work on that first. I need to clear out all my purples, and then I can really start thinking about it. And then by that point, I will have had Bagman Odo done, and I'll have enough of my retrievals and my 4 out of 5 crew knocked out that I can be like, yeah, I can afford to waste a few months retrieving a really mediocre costume crew that I'm going to shove in the freezer.
So that's
I'm kind of in that place.
Yeah, that's the kind of one thing we have forgotten is that you need Bagman Odo, and if you didn't pick him up on that Tuesday, bad luck. Which was I think that was the complaint I made at the time, and I'm just like, this is limiting. Like you have to, if you want this top range Voyager, you have to play in this Tuesday,
but
and that's very.
That's how they're making money.
Well,
Reading
true.
Spock and Kirk,
Yes.
a hugely powerful crew is like, well,
I
you got to
get
dip
that.
into the 6-pack and get the purple for it. So, I mean, that's just how they operate because they have to make money. So
I get that, but I don't like it.
Well, try
Yeah, I
being
would
VIP
say-
0 and having to wait like 18 months to retrieve them if you really want them.
Right. Yeah, and because I spent the dilithium to chase him, that's where I'm at a thumbs up in terms of in 2 to 3 months I'll finish Bagman Odo, then I'll be ready. You know, between now and then, the toss up is my thought process right this moment is retrieve Leucon, sight him up, retrieve Prisoner Kim, cite him up. I got 2 citations in the bank. Retrieve, Kira and Yates, kind of like waiting for the next honor sale to roll around, get them done without spending any cites. And then when that honor sale hits, I should be able to get those last 2, pick them off. Do I have? If I didn't have them finished before that honor sale roll around, would I put a cite on them? I don't know that I would. I might just wait that extra few days to finish those 2 crew through. I played enough offer wall bonuses that I can afford to do the daily boost on the retrieval to get that 9 to 10 day fix as opposed to waiting 18 days. Not sure how long I can maintain that, but. They do another offer wall sale. I will. And fundamentally, in terms of I crunched the numbers, and that's the best deal. If you're using dilithium for only adding stars, that's the best deal in the game. Because if you do recap packs, you're going to get about 8. I assumed you're going to get about 800. Honor per 10 roll per pack. That means you need 50 packs to get a citation, basically a citation sale. So you basically have to hit you have to get one about every 5 rolls, basically, to match Dill for Dill.
The VIP 0 players are watching this are like, what are you guys talking about? How do you even play this game?
You bet there are some VIP players out there on the offer wall getting all the strats. Yeah.
Anyway,
when they did that 4X one, that 4X sale, I picked off. That's where I got almost 30K off of playing another game for like 2 weeks, and picked up almost 30K in Dill. So
before we move on, Diversion Yates is very much the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, I'm the worst costume crew you've ever heard of, but I am a costume crew. It's like,
so
if you're gonna take the plunge and go for the collection, at least you're getting some collection value out of it, so that helps soften the blow.
I bet you there is somebody who has, through the bad luck of beholds, got a 5/5 Yates, but does not have decoy Kira or high roller Cisco, and they're just going, fantastic, 2 good crew to get another good crew, wonderful.
Works out for me.
Right. So I'm sure they're out there.
Yeah.
So I do have a slight addendum to make before we move on, and I swear it's relevant. And I feel like you guys can laugh at me, and I feel like it probably warranted if you wanted to. So when I said that I was in visual range, that was true, but I could have been a lot closer. So if I had been smart with my honor sale, I could have spent some citations to finish off Yates by now. Instead of doing what I did, because what I did was I got my citations, and I did
threw them out the window.
I did this was I finished off Leucon. I did like 4 stars on Leucon, and I did 3. I got like 2 stars on Nina's Ezri.
That's
and then
good.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I feel like doing something stupid. So I threw 3 stars on awaiting Amanda Grayson, who is like voyage rank 130 dip med, and she hasn't done a single voyage for me. And I was like, yeah, I feel good about it.
In the freezer she goes.
Did you switch from Diet Coke to regular Coke or something? What happened there?
She is holding down daily shuttles, and I'm waiting for the time I can justify throwing her on a voyage, so I can be like vindication.
Listen,
that's the and here's the part of the reason, right? Here's partly the reason of my insanity, because there is a reason. I love O'Brien, right? I think O'Brien's like one of the best characters in Star Trek because he is fundamentally a normal guy who is trying to be his best, and that is very reflective of the Gene Roddenberry ideal, right? But this isn't really O'Brien's finest hour, is it? This is a very that guy is the number 5 Voyager. That guy is the number whatever dip base.
Wait, isn't his arena ability literally
That's
who
right.
me?
That's
Like, he
right in
doesn't
line
even
with
believe it.
WRG's philosophy. Choose the strangest variant and make them the best.
And this is sort of my thing. Is in the back of my brain, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. No, I want a good one to do. I want a fun crew that I like, that is from a scene that I particularly care about, and I will finish that one. Well,
I mean,
I wrote a good wharves to sight. Let's be real here.
I mean, even with Picard, it took CBS coming out with a show about Picard to get WRG to build a good Picard. Until then, we were left with comic book Picard as the best variant in the game.
True.
Yeah.
Not even canon, right? So, that's WRG's motto.
Well, I don't know.
Let's pick the random one.
Locutus is
Tell me I'm wrong, Otto.
Locutus is fantastic. Mama Picard was very good. Mirror Jean-Luc Picard, pretty damn relevant. So I think Picard has done okay.
Overall, as for his main cast, he's gotten better treatment than some.
Him and me understand each other in a way that you never will, Otto, because Chakotay never gets good variants.
Okay,
Yeah,
listen, right.
Good?
Right.
What is good?
Right, okay, we are diverging in the finest ways here, I'm sure. We have a show that is shedding viewers due to our stream quality, so let's move things along.
Do your job, Idol. Move us along.
Let's move along. Guys, we have a new... excuse me, my throat's packing up now. We have a new mega appearing within the next few weeks. Hey, do you like Q variants in megas? Because guess what? You're getting another one. Oh, God, my throat's completely shot now.
It's time to sound like my granddad. What the fuck?
I know, it's good. Yeah. I was going to say it's good, isn't it?
I'm
I don't know what
gonna
your
say
granddad
island.
sounds
Good.
like. Anyway. Yes, Luau. It's a really hard word to say. Luau Q is coming to the game as the mega recurring crew for Fantasy Planets, which, looking at the crew lineup, suggests to me this is maybe one of those megas that is not quite as cohesive as maybe the triple mega was, but maybe we might get a good Voyager or two out of it. Who knows? I have to say, there's been a few people that are divisive on this artwork for this queue. I kind of love it, but
I think it works okay. Looking at the lineup of Mega Crew, I feel like they want. So you think of Fantasy Planet and you think of something like Riser, right? Where it's like everyone's very attractive, everyone's lounging around a pool, everyone's having a good time. It's all very sensual.
my organ.
But the problem is you've got a load of Luau Q. I think you've got a Barclay in there.
Yeah, first contact.
Let me read off the list real quick.
Yeah.
Q, Straal, Fifth Dimension Invader, Professor Data, Iden, Hollow Engineer Zimmerman, First Contact Barclay, Rurigan, and Brother Rom.
Okay, so
Sounds like the worst car trip ever, by the way.
well, no.
Where is my Fantasy Island Con? That's what. Where's my Fantasy Island Con? I mean,
They are trying to make you picture an island of fantasy, of like this perfect paradise. But what I'm picturing is like a really shitty Florida like holiday resort where everyone is in sports jackets and everyone is desperately trying to hide the fact that they're wearing a toupee. Because that is the most middle-aged man I've ever seen for a mega ever. Not a single person on that lineup who is younger than 40.
If you wanted to give us a Barkley for Fantasy Planet, it should have been the one from Voyager where he has the sunscreen all over his nose and he's on the beach, you know?
Yeah, he's chasing Deanna around on the beach. Yep.
In fact, can I point out? It's like Fantasy Planet. Is there a single woman in this entire mega?
Well, maybe it's not your fantasy. Maybe it's someone else's fantasy. I don't know.
Do you know who would have been? Do you know who would have been good in this mega? Right. Looking at previous crew. No, well, maybe, but I'm just thinking Mint Julep McCoy, who we just had in a standalone event, standing next to Q, holding a drink, denoting a casual collection rather than innovator.
Luau Paris, perhaps, who knows?
Yeah, just something a bit more casual collection. You could get Bateson in there. Just saying.
Yeah, that's the driving force behind the next mega. Captain Morgan Bateson.
I
think your throat must be bothering you, Idol. Let's give it a rest for a minute while we talk about the others.
All right, okay, I'll change my glasses and maybe that'll help.
But seriously, is there a single person in this lineup who is younger than 40? Even Straal, who I bet is like 30 or whatever, looks, thanks to the jaundice and the malaria and the various health problems that he's probably accrued, like this is the most unattractive mega in terms of sheer aesthetics I can think of that they've done in a while.
It's Club Med 40 to 80, isn't it?
Like everyone at this is they're just standing at the bar and they just see Kamala go by and they're all like, and then their hips crack in unison. Like Christ.
This is.
Well, they pretty much used all their hotness cards with the tourist collection that they never released.
It's true.
I mean, this is very fitting for the Burke Bacharach generation, since we're it's on point. Sorry, Otto.
Burke Bacharach was a sex bomb back in the day. Don't even start me on. All right, so if we can go big picture, actual game stuff for a second, it will be 4 weeks of an innovator bonus. Don't ask. And the order of events goes faction, skirmish, galaxy, and then a hybrid faction galaxy. So it's kind of all over the map. What do you guys think about that structure? Does it work for you for freezing, unfreezing, leveling crew, etc.?
Any mega where they throw a trait in that doesn't end with at least the third or fourth being a faction isn't right for me in my head, because the idea is my idea in my head in a mega is you're spending this time getting these new innovator crew and using your existing innovator crew and spending up the weeks using your merits to unfreeze them to be able to use them in the last push to try and use it. Putting the faction in the first is a bit disservice to new players. New players coming in and looking at saying, cool, I want this cool casual queue. That's sort of really appealing to me. I'm a big John Delancey fan going, I have no innovators and this is my one chance to use them. It's like, I don't know. I always think factions should be at the end. I know they want to mix it up. Every mega should be different, but we're not rerunning these. So why not have them as a standard?
That's true, because I'm on a newish account. I think it's like 6 weeks old or whatever. The only purple gold innovator I have is Alton Sung from the last campaign. So I'm going to be leveling blue innovators like to throw on my shuttles because I have no one else. So if they'd have bumped that to week 4, you would have had 2-3 purples from the mega. So there
is no other reason for a trait bonus. Variant bonus is fine. You can use them all over the shop. But for a trait bonus, for unleashing the full force of your Cryo Vault, you need the faction for it. Like, you need it at the end. Like, we've said this before. We moaned about this to high hell when we had like half a faction at the beginning of a mega. And because otherwise, why have the trait? Why have it in there? Galaxy,
well, it also
maybe.
hurts the recurring mega, because it means you have less incentive to try and throw a sight on them, because throwing a sight on them in the first week always feels like a waste, because the second star is always the most painful. Versus throwing them on at the end, it feels like it's worth it, because you're going from 4 out of 5 to 5 out of 5. I finally finish my mega and I'll get like the most push out of the final faction. But when you mess around with a structure like this, it's like, you can try and push in that first half of the faction, but is it really going to be worth it when people are going to blow you out of the water in the galaxy? Like, really?
So I know we're going to talk about it later too. We got the Innovator campaign with, and for those who spend the money on the gold track to get Emerson,
Emery Erickson,
Emerson Eric, sorry. You're not
Leif
going to be able
Erikson,
to use
we're
him.
going historical in this campaign.
Right? We're not going to be able to. At best, because the campaign ticks off tomorrow, you'll get your first star on him going into the faction. So he's not going to be a whole lot of use to you unless you really don't have any innovators. You know, it's going to be that last faction where you finally have him at 3 to 4 stars at the end of the campaign. You can finally use them and put them on your shuttles. And so even the people who are spending money in the game are losing out on the value of that gold campaign because they're stuck trying to use them on week 1 when they've just got them.
But Mr. Reds, you say losing out on value. But when I open my telephonic mobile electronic game, I am bombarded with advertisements that say best value for much dilithium. And
no, they have to stop that now. Have you not read there's new EU legislation? They actually have to turn around and say you cannot say best value unless you're actually offering some value. So, but what they will say is,
I haven't heard this. When is this?
Oh, that was something.
Improved value.
There was something I was reading in the paper the other day. Some EU legislation.
Actually improved value.
Yeah. But they can still say things like skirmish god or whatever. I don't know. Please carry on.
Magnum Dongo, whatever.
I feel there was a wharf under that sentence.
Hold on.
Oh, shit, no, we're not playing What the Dub, are we? Okay, carry on.
We cannot brook any more tangents because we're way behind already. I think what we're doing now, talking about this event order, we are inadvertently, accidentally talking up Straal. Because if you are low on innovators, you might...
We can't do that. I need 2 copies of them. Per the plan. I got to stick to the plan.
Yes.
The plan.
Yeah.
So... Yes, we have, which we couldn't talk about last week because the event notes were later than usual, and again this week where we can't talk about. Yeah, well, where we can't talk about whoever it is. Oh no, it's Professor Data and 5th Invader, Photonic Life Form, whatever it is, this week. So we will talk about last week's breaking news, which is the jaundiced superhero Straal. Okay. Every crew they've put out, Human Neelix, Dancing Uhura, as a Timelines original. This motherfucker should be a Timelines original because we never see Straal in the fucking flesh unless he was a mutilated corpse in the, the 3rd episode of Disco. He has appeared as a holographic image on a screen talking to Stamets.
Exomycologist and researcher aboard the USS Glenn discovered the mycelial network with Paul Stamets.
They changed it because he was captain of the Glenn, but they changed the researcher. Good, I'm glad they changed that. Good, because that was
Wait,
inaccurate.
someone checked the flavor text and fixed it, but that evokes feelings, affection.
I need to leave it another 3 weeks before I'll laugh properly at that.
Bajoran claps for WRG, because I did see a thread up on that. They went back and changed it.
Thank you for that. Yeah, definitely.
Well done.
He still looks terrible.
Yeah, the art. So this seems to just be a thing now. Is that we just have to deal with like slightly iffy art, and it does kind of hurt my enjoyment of the game because the art is a big part of why I enjoy playing this. Is going, that art is so good. Like getting, you can talk. We have talked for 20-30 minutes about an episode based off of just one PNG, and it's like I feel like I'm not going to do that about Straal. Like I could talk about Discovery if the art were better, but I'm not going to because that art is fucking terrible. And it feels like there's some kind of, I don't know if it's the case that they have another artist on staff, or if again this is just like a batch of art that happened, and I don't.
But
the speculation is useless.
Yeah.
But
what's with the pose?
Like it.
What's with the pose? Because I don't understand why they would have him just going, look at this shit.
Because they look many
Did they
times.
screen cap the conversation, the holographic conversation? Is that where they got it
That's
from?
the thing. The only time the audience sees him is like his floating head, and it's sort of like distorted kind of call. It's not crystal clear quality. And they've done this before. Crew that are sitting down or laying down or whatever weird poses. They put them standing because they have to fit within the confines of the game. Like when you load a crew onto voyages or whatever, they have to fit within the screen. So, he may have been sitting during the call, whatever. They had almost nothing to work on. It was like a little holographic call, blurry quality, and they went from there. Now, I do agree he's sort of yellowy or whatever, but if any crew deserves a pass based on the source material, you had like a little holographic call and then a dead man. So they had to do something.
Okay,
and
but
this is
why
what they
put him
did.
in at all?
Well, that's a discussion for another time. Like we can always put in like why does XYZ character have a gold variant and everything. Like Etana Joel.
Yeah, but it's not even a gold variant conversation. This is like he was a holographic head. Like there was no need to put Straal in the game.
He has a narrative function in the story, but here's the thing. So I generally agree that yes, there is probably an excuse for why the art looks so bad, but Discovery and its general aesthetic means that from the neck down, he is only gonna look one way.
True.
And it's not as if this guy doesn't have a name and an IMDb file and has probably not appeared on some kind of other show where you can look at his face and go, "You look like that, good sir. I shall trace over this face, or I shall use this as a reference," because I don't know how they do the maybe they do it wholesale. But
thank you, Stars. That's what I was kind of thinking.
And it's like, this is a man who is an actor. It's not like in the old days when it'd be like, hey, who played Ensign Ricky on episode 15 of TOS? Oh, that was just Steve from... I think his name was actually Stanislav. We never really got a name for him. He's not part of the Actors Union, so negotiating...
He wandered in one day with a coffee and we just put him on stage, you know?
This guy is a credited actor. Just go and fucking get a picture of him. He's probably going to be the next Star Trek official. I played Straal on Star Trek Discovery. I was in it for 5 seconds. People have, like, charged £5 for an autograph or more. Like, you could get better reference material, and the fact that they had apparently some kind of issue with art approval, like,
weird.
Either the guy saw his own picture and was like, I don't fucking look like that, or there was some other issue. Like, I don't get what's going on, because in comparison, Luau Q, even though people have had like slight issue, I think he looks fine in comparison to Straal.
Too right.
I at least can tell that that's meant to be John Delancey Q. I was like, who the oh right, that guy. He doesn't even what? And then you have all the other issues, like why is this guy getting a 5-star gold variant? Like what who cares?
Right.
Because if they have an appearance of less than 10 seconds, they get it. They get a legendary. They get a gold variant in the game.
So listen,
as a quick aside,
yeah.
Hold on, as a quick aside, because this does affect all of us at the moment. Last I checked, the event is not up. Now, last week they said there's art issues, or they had to get the art approved. Now, Straal is Discovery. The last big art fiasco thing was Adira, which again was another Discovery thing, and you can envisage CBS being kind of protective of their currently running series. Now, this next event, which they put up on the forums at least, Professor Data, Luau Q, Fifth Dimension, and Vader are the new crew. None of them are Discovery. So this whole, again, they said we have to get the art approved type issue. Like, you can't blame this one on Discovery or.
Well, here's another thing: is you're forgetting the other big one, which was like where this first started was Century Nurse Crusher, where we were like, wait, you're having art approval issues for her? It's Gates McFadden. What could the issue here? And I think either Shan or Mira Shan, I don't know who that is, has said they're working on.
I think that's who replied in that big long thread.
Shmubbu Shmarshmi Shmen, isn't it? I think I don't know. Carry on.
I couldn't possibly speculate. They said that there's some kind of new art approval process which apparently is causing issues, and they're looking to get that smoothed out. So I hope that they do, because this is genuinely causing a problem, and I really hope they work on the art, because between not getting event notes on time and art coming out looking rough, like it is... I don't mean to be like that kind of guy and trying to tone down, but it does kind of genuinely affect my enjoyment of the game.
Too right. As is for a card collecting game, you want to pick the cards that you have. I've just popped on screen a picture of, hang on, I have to see his name, Saad, apologies for pronunciation, Saad Sadiki, who is the actor who plays Straal, and I just pulled up literally the first image you find on IMDb. That guy's a handsome fellow. Look at that image. If you want source imagery, pick that and put that on the body instead rather than what you've got now, because...
Yeah, because like I said, it's like from the bottom down, he is wearing the exact same Discovery uniform as everyone else. He's not wearing a special scientist variant. You could just be like, take that art from that Stamets variant and plonk it on him, and people will be like, looks a little bit odd, but it's fine. But I don't know. So, Otto, talk to me about the merits of this card, because he does have merits.
He's pretty good. Yeah, go on.
Compared to what we've been getting lately, he has been quite good.
He's not bad, looking at his stats.
He's a product of his time. If this group came out in 2018, 2019, 2020, you're probably skipping his event because they would come out with Good Voyages regularly. In 2021, when like the best you can hope for is Voyage rank 180 or something, like this is a breath of fresh air. Now
this is a glass of Pepsi and a desert of crystal Pepsi. Is that what you're saying?
That would not have been the metaphor I had picked, but
Welcome
if you
to
want to
1980 talks.
Can you tell what I'm drinking? Not crystal Pepsi. That's the fucking
So he's a fine Voyager. It's not the most bloated skill set in the game. Ranked in the 60s means you're probably going to get at least 2 years of use out of him, maybe more depending on how often you go for crew. He has the innovator trait, which they are expand. They said in the notification they're expanding that collection probably to tier 60. But I mean, after that,
it's at 40 now, or is it only at 25?
It's been at like 58 for a good long while. I think this and a few other cards will push it up to 60 because I've been eyeing it and been like, oh, I have this complete, but it's probably going to get bumped up. So.
Yeah, the collection ends at 40. I think they're going to go for 60 now.
Yeah, I'm at 41, so I don't really care what at this point. That help me a lot.
Well, here's the thing, right? This is how they get you, and this is where the future proofing comes into play because you're going to reach a point where, just like with Primal, you have to choose your pain. Do you want Straal, and do you want him now when he's good? Or do you want to get to the end of the road when he's Voyage 190, and then it's a choice between him and Dr. Stone? Like, you kind of have to take your good innovators where they can get, and like I said, you will at least get Voyage use out of this one.
I have a question for you guys and for chat specifically. Now, they've done this a couple ways. When they expand collections, do you want them all expanded at once and you see 10 different collection threshold improved? Or do you want them to tie it to a mega where it's like, okay, now there's one more tier, and here's all the crew we're going to sell you for that tier? Because I know, Idle, you said that feels a little bit shady or whatever. So if you have to choose between one or the other, which one do you like as a player?
My issue with the Tribble collection was it came out brand new and they introduced brand new crew to it. So it was like, I have to play the mega to get this. I think expanding Innovator and expanding the collection at the same time is great. I don't mind that. That's fine. I think I had issues when they decided to go, we're expanding Veteran, Innovator, Jury Rigger, and they kind of did everything at once and pushed out there. I'm just like, oh God, what do I do? Shit, I need to... You know, that was a bit of a kind of, no, I wouldn't say a miss. It was interesting to do, but it was a bit of like a clusterfuck of like, shit, I don't know what to do with my sites. But if they decide to go for another mega a couple of sort of months down the line and say we're going to expand Veteran again and we're going to add some crew to do that, yeah, fine, I'm happy with that.
I'm with Idle on that, and the I don't mind it when it's tied to a mega if it's just that one expansion. If they want to do a batch expansion, they should do it like 1 or 2 weeks before they do another portal update.
Yeah.
Especially, and to me, it makes sense from a business standpoint. You do this. Here's this big, huge up. Okay, here's our push. Here's all our collection expansions. Okay, now we're going to do a portal update in 3 weeks, and you're going to be like, ooh, here's all the collections I need. You got a couple weeks to kind of sort out what you want to chase. And then you can decide whether or not you want to pull money on elusive treasures, which I would not do, but that's my...
But you see, how can they then keep you on your toes if they tell you when things are going to happen?
It pulls up in chat if you guys want to vote. I know there's only 2 options, but this is the last 2 times that they've expanded collections. So which one do you guys prefer?
So, I feel like I'm like some kind of chaotic evil god at the moment. Because I actually really liked it when they did the millions of collections expanding at once. And here's the reason. So, Idle, you've mentioned that your understanding and playing of the game has been warped by collections and how they've been overdoing them. And I feel like having them all drop in like one day made it go, you know, oh god, I can't complete all of these. And then it loops all the way back around to, well, there's literally no way that I can do this, so I'm going to take my time. And then suddenly I'm zen again. Whereas if it's one at a time, one every 2 months, and they're getting expanded, it feels a bit more treadmill-y. Whereas if it's all of them at once, suddenly it feels, rather than I'm working on a treadmill, so it's like, okay, so I'm seeing an expanding of my territory. here are all the places I can go, rather than a narrow field that I now feel I must pursue.
I have set
quite
up my
enjoyed
watchtower.
being
I can see all these patches of berries and minerals to mine. I can send my workers out that way.
No, I agree with you, Stars.
To your point, Stars, kind of thinking about how I felt in May, which was I've got all these collections I can work on, but I'm not close to any of them. And it was kind of a downer at that point. And now I'm kind of settling into the idea of that's, embrace that and accept the fact that that's going to be that way. Just pick who you need to work on. If you need to change, like I did, I changed my strategy for the game to try to make it more enjoyable rather than, it's going to take me forever and I got to wait for them to drop crew and I don't know who to work on.
You've got to
change the strategy.
Right? Yeah.
And then, my plan, for June, July, my plan was just whoever drops. Whoever I get. I'm not going to fret over because I've got 18 citations I need to hit any of the next tiers. I'll just roll with the game. Let's focus on the 12-hour voyage. Pick a goal. It doesn't have to be collections. Maybe, I guess if you're hitting 12s semi-regularly, maybe you pick a collection, you just focus on that one for the next 3 months, and you work through what you need to get to the next tier. But if you're far away from any of them, accept it. Just know that it'll come. They're going to release crew that hit all of those collections over time. It may not be in the order you necessarily want.
Yeah.
Cards are going to random. If you're doing, I know a lot of people like to turn in their premium packs fairly regularly as they go. You get who you get, and just pick who you want to work on and work on them. You've got the retrieval, whether it's 9 days or 18 days. Pick a card, and that's your focus for the next. That's who you're going to work on the next 4. However many retrievals you need to finish them, and just embrace that, and not let it be chaotic. That's one struggle. I think one struggle in the game that a lot of us have.
Chaos into being freedom is exactly my kind of perspective on it.
We're at a point in the game, and it's sort of wrestled some jimmies lately, but we are not going to significantly change gameplay anytime soon. The players who are most invested are invested in the metagame and the minigame. Like, you could run your next 100 voyages. Are they going to be substantially different? Your next 100 shells? No, not really. So you have to set goals for yourself, and if we're being fed, a piece of candy from month to month, where, hey, here's the collection and here's the crew that you are going to go after to complete them. Everyone's going to have the same 4 purples, the same rare that they might release an event. It's like you feel like you're on rails going through the game. If they release them all at once, suddenly you have a lot of options. Like Idle, you said, if you want to target a specific skill boost, you can go after that and try to improve something.
True.
If you just like the theme of one particular mega, maybe you really like Doc from Voyager, and you want to go after all the physicians in the game. You have that choice. So when they first did that big collection bonus, like you, Picard, I felt Red Picard loves whatever. Well, I'll call you Loves for the rest of the show.
There we go.
I felt the same almost sense of dread, like, I'm never gonna complete them. But it starts to fade after a couple weeks, after a month, and you realize, well, I am getting crew from all these different areas that will bump me up eventually. And I think that having the freedom of choice is going to be better than being fed one piece at a time.
Yeah, and it sort of fits my. Sorry, I keep on stepping over your words. I think it's pretty obvious. I have a bit different play style where I will not chase stats. I will chase characters. I talked about how I immortalized Amanda Grayson out of nowhere, right? For no reason, essentially, because I liked her. And like you said, that means that my roster is a little bit different to everyone else's. I'm probably one of maybe 30, 40, maybe 100 people in the game who have a fully immortalized Amanda Grayson. Because why the fuck would you?
Hey, listen. Like every honor sale, I believe that everyone should do something stupid with their sides. I think you should do something for your game and something for yourself, which is the same reason I have an immortalized Lieutenant J.G. Palmer. So there you go.
I knew it was going to come up. But it is a case of, like I say, setting your own goals is really important because if you just chase stats, then yeah, it becomes soulless. You end up losing kind of the point of the game, which is, yeah, to collect cards, but also to enjoy Trek and be like, I remember that episode. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that character. That actor was really good. Oh, this bit of trivia about this little thing. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of small things that add up to make your game and your life.
So tell me.
And
why
that's
should...
a big difference for me.
Go.
You know, back in March, I was really excited about the retrieval because I could finally pick off I could choose to pick off all the Picards and get all of, you know, have a fully immortalized Picard collection, which I still want to do. It's still kind of in the game. I've kind of tabled that for now because I want to get the 12-hour voyage.
Who are you missing?
And they did. I've got everybody. As far as I know, I've got a couple stars to add to like augment, a couple of stars on Romulan. I now got to put 3 stars on EV Suit Picard. Chasing 12-hour voyages is more important to me, but that's where it was kind of like the whole Picard dropping in the middle was kind of like, oh man, I don't really want to spend resources during a non-mega, but it's a Picard, and I can get to, you know. And fundamentally, having an all Picard voyage is one of the highlights of my gameplay in the 5 years that I've been playing. So, yeah, I'm a fanboy when it comes to Picard, and it's odd that I got a British actor playing a French captain, and he has a British accent, not a French accent.
There is
more often than not.
There is no Star Trek fan alive that would blame you for collecting Picards. Like. Zero people would do that.
At some point, kind of let's assume they don't do another portal update. Once I pick off Leucon, Prisoner Kim, and Scapegoat O'Brien, I'm probably going right back to working on my Picard collection. Maybe I'll work on it in the meantime. I don't know. We'll see how things go.
Treat yourself.
Treat myself, you know, and knowing that's there, and I can always kind of like, if I get burned out, go, okay, I'm going to go work on my Picard collection for a while. That's fine. Because you got, you know, I haven't used any of my 10 sites yet. I haven't, just because I don't know how I want to use them yet. Who knows? Maybe I'll waste 2 of them today on Picard.
Pick someone that you like who's terrible and finish them.
Not waste. Wisely distribute.
So,
very Ferengi of you.
Yeah.
Wisely distributes your assets.
You know, and I think everybody.
Parisian bank accounts.
There is a point at which I think everybody who plays the game and loves the game has to reach a point where you're not chasing the stats anymore, or in addition to chasing stats, you're doing something. Whether it's, you know, like Stars, you like chasing Worf variants. Stellar Ice likes chasing Jadzia variants. I chase Picard variants. You know, Idle and Otto. I don't know who. Chakotay for Otto. I guess Idle. We don't know who you. I don't know who you like. Who's your like? I gotta have every variant collected and immortalized.
Basically,
I do like Rikers. I went mad for Zenghi and I sighted him up instantly. So I will. I wouldn't say I would go mad for like any new Riker variant, but. Like if they released one on a Tuesday pack that was a 5-star, I probably wouldn't. But I did for Zenghi. I don't know. It would have to depend. If they put first officer Riker, but I did. It would have to depend on the Riker. I wouldn't say that I'm a huge fan as in you with Picard or Stars is with Worf or Auto is with Chakotay. I don't know. I don't really have anyone I kind of attached to like that. But I'm more a generalization. I like my 7s. I like my Rikers. I like Picards as well. Like I went for EV Suit Picard, so you know it depends.
You know, one thing I'll say about Idle, besides the fact that it looks much smarter with glasses, is that he doesn't.
I look now. I don't look better. I just look.
So one thing I'll say about him is, except when he's trying to rib me about Chakotay, I don't hear him trash talking much Trek, much characters. Like the dude just likes Star Trek, so. We should all be as welcoming and inclusive as Captain Idle.
There we go.
I'm sure I've had a rant somewhere about a character, I'm sure, but I'm just the optimist.
All right, speaking of most loved characters, looks like you're watching. We're about to do Sutra, so
let's do that. Yes, let's move on from
let's do that.
the jaundiced wonder at this Straal. My last thought. One last thing about Straal, because for those that haven't,
he's a black vortex of despair and blandness sucking us back in.
Like, no, he's good. He's good. But there is another crew that he shares exactly the same skill set with, that is slightly worse in terms of voyage power, but not by much, and that is Honor the Wasakan. And she is, I think, about 5 or 6 points worse of Voyager. However, she fills 2 extra seats. One is veteran. I can't remember the other one. And
Explorer?
Possibly.
Oh,
Yeah, Explorer.
And she, she has been. She's 2020 crew. She was featured in one of the disco bonuses, or one of the early disco events, I believe, one of the megas. She's been around for a long time, probably due a campaign at some point. Most people will probably have her sighted up purely for her merits. If you've got her, then why would you need Straal? Really, because you've kind of got the equivalent and a little bit more. Last passing
Chase Innovator, little monkey.
Well, I'm gonna say Straal will fill a gap if you don't have if you don't have First Officer Burnham. If you don't have that SciComm covered, pretty thoroughly.
Actually, I don't mind them doing.
That's who
I don't mind them doing periodical refreshes, because I think Leucon is like 3 years old, and you can't assume everyone's going to get every event crew. So I don't mind that. I mean, it does stink that they aren't more divergent, more different to give you more reasons to go after them. But a refresh on something that is by now 3 years old it's okay. I don't have a problem with that personally.
Okay.
And she was in a campaign a few months back, right?
No, you're thinking of the 4-star variant who is in the campaign this month,
coming
I
up,
believe.
who is somehow an innovator, even though she comes from a Luddite colony. Anyway,
she uses a magnet. That's innovation.
Wow, hot shit. Right, okay, let's move on.
Speaking of innovation, shall we talk about homicidal androids?
Let's. That's my favourite topic. Please. Coming into the game, the 4-star crew that is in this week's Tuesday pack is none other than the other iteration of Isobron is Sutra, a set command sci 2 collection filling super rare crew who is. I know it's very controversial, the ending of Picard, but I was quite happy how they treated these variants of Daj and Soji and Sutra and the other one who we never saw on screen, Jana, yeah. Jana? What was it?
Jana,
yeah.
Jana, Camellia.
She was played very...
Sorry, this is now a Karma Chameleon stream.
Fantastic. We're going through all the 80s wonders. Like, we've moved on to the 80s now. We'll get on to some gangster rap in a minute. We're into the Wu-Tang Clan of the 90s. Who's that going to be? Okay, Sutra.
4-star Boy George original. Yeah. All right, after gaining access to the admonition via mind meld with Jurati, she convinced her kin to call the ancient synth beings for protection.
Can I just say, okay, Picard's ending wasn't great. It was very mixed. Sutra was a very mixed bad guy, but I just can't help but like her. And as soon as I saw her in the pack, I was just like, I want her. I don't know why. Might be... I imagine you Bond fans would like the golden skin. I've heard.
I was just gonna say she's the dead body from Goldfinger,
Very much. Even the fingers out. Actually, is this pointing? This is pointing because she's very much
pointing.
Yeah, pointing collection. There you go. There's another one.
So.
Yes, pointing collection confirmed.
Amazing.
By amazing, you mean shut the hell up. I have a point to make. So go ahead.
Incredible. So I appreciate Sutra just because she fits perfectly, and I mean perfectly, in the Star Trek mold of let's have our recurring, main cast member play an evil version of themselves and have it be really fucking obvious that she's evil, but no one picks up on it. This is just lore over again, and you know what? These tropes that you see it the first time in data lore, and you're like, how the fuck are you this stupid? Why are you this dumb? Why aren't you listening to Wesley? But then, they do it in Picard, and I'm like, oh, this feels so comfortable and familiar. I'm happy and warm inside. It's like, you don't go, what?
Yeah.
It's so dumb. You're like, oh, I feel good. This is just like Star Trek. I like
You like it because Law and Data were built by Asoong, were built by Nunya Soong, and Sutra and Soji were both built by Alton Soong. So, you know, it's like poetry.
Sutra
it
walks
rhymes.
over to Narek and she goes, "Are you prepared for the kind of death you've earned, little man?"
Oh, that would have been so good. I wish she had.
Honestly, if Picard were a goofier show, we would have had that, and I think it would have been fine.
Yeah,
I would have forgiven the whole weird thing with the tentacle aliens if they had done
Dude,
that.
if we can have Riker say, you know, what was the line? Treacherous Vulcan ass or something? We could definitely work in.
Treacherous Tal Shiar ass.
Yeah, we could definitely work in the kind of death you've earned, little man.
Too right.
It's classic. So I know I quite liked it, and I also appreciate just like Isobrionis is a very I know you don't like her face, Otto, but I think she's a very talented actress.
I'm sorry, it's an instinctive reaction passed down from my ancestors. I just don't like them.
Are you Tal Shiar? Is this a ploy? Is this a plot?
What, a ploy is not a war?
So she's a pretty okay card in her own right. Like, you know, Sexai, I kind of wish the Void Power were a bit more there, but it's not really. But you're getting the collections, aren't you, unfortunately?
Yeah, it's the 2 collections, and there's that little hidden trait, PIC, for Picard, and you have to wonder, because, I mean, Discovery did get 4 shows, you gotta wonder, there's not so many Picard show crew in the game that we couldn't get a Mega in the future, so I could definitely see that lining up with maybe the new season of a show or something. So, but yeah, it's mostly just collections and art, I guess, because a lot of people have really said they like the art.
Do you think we are going to ever see a super rare crew in a Tuesday pack that isn't related to a collection? Dulmer and Luxley did come in without a collection, but very quickly they rounded to Tribble. So do you ever think they will release a Tuesday super rare crew without a collection? I think they won't. I think
not anymore.
No, because I think like you said, you pointed out on Discord before, Otto, I think most of the super rares, most of the Tuesday crew that have been released this year have been super rares, and they have been in a collection. You can kind of see that's where.
For Sutra, it was 44% super rare, 56% legendary, which I feel like in years past they were more gold than purple, but I don't have the numbers on that. But it's about 50-50 this year, so.
How do you feel about Sutra, Mr. Picard Loves Red?
She's not. I'm not going to chase her. I rarely chase Tuesday pack. You know, don't open Tuesday packs, kids. I'm in that definitely in that boat. I went after Bagman Odo because
you had to
mostly, yeah, because you had to pretty much. Outside of I think like a Picard variant, there was one. I think it was Vashti Picard was a Tuesday pack.
Resigned as well. He was a Tuesday
and resigned.
Yeah.
You know, outside of that, I'm not going to chase Tuesday packs. I'll just let them fall in the portal when they roll around in the portal. I'll pick them up eventually.
I would bet the WRG artist was like, all right, someone went to him and said, you know, those Timeline Stocks guys are complaining about you again. Really, what'd I do this time? Like, they say the art looks kind of yellow, like they have jaundice, their faces. He's like, all right, they want a yellow crew, damn it. I'm going to give them a yellow crew. And he does Sutra, and it's like the yellowest crew in the game now, so.
But to be fair, she actually looks less yellow than both Straal and the Hansons. She actually, somehow, she fits the mold, even though she is supposed to have the golden tinge.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the art on whole looks great, and that's why I'm kind of thinking, like, is this a case of a batch or is it a case of a different artist? Because this looks fine.
Yeah, this is great. Art.
Why couldn't we have switched Straal and fucking like Sutra? I'd rather have had that. I would have been like, I can skip Straal and I could have had Sutra as a 5-star. She would have been great.
So you know how I have not phobia. That's a terrible term. I have an aversion to crew that look directly at the camera. I don't like it. I generally don't like it. In this case, I make the exception because that kind of fits her kind of menacing aesthetic. This is kind of, it's almost as if she, I kind of get a little bit like, oh, okay, yeah, you're into that. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I think it's
And
absolutely
she's
appropriate
kinda
when it
got
fits
that-
the character.
She's kind of got that Data head tilt going on too, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, Isobran,
Which-
she did that with Soji when they were walking on the
If you
Penthe.
haven't
Yeah.
watched Picard.
When they're in the Penthe,
And
that's
she kinda
really
goes,
good.
And Riker goes,
I
I know
remember-
that head tilt anyway. Sorry, we're talking
I
over each
remember
other.
reading that, well, because it was like the first time she did it on camera, I think it was like episode 3 or something. She's walking through the artifact, the Borg cube, and you just see it slightly. And I think at that point, yet the audience doesn't know for sure, or
No, you know
sure.
from episode 1.
okay,
but
so then it's like narrative.
she's
You know,
starting to
for-
become more
someone
aware of
doesn't
it.
know for sure, but you see the head tilt, and you're like, okay, that's the first clue. But I remember reading that Frakes actually directed that episode, and a lot of people are speculating, okay, his eye for detail, he must have said something that caused her to do it. Maybe she's just a great actor and studied the material, but you know.
Yeah. So, yes on Sutra, no on Straal, even though they are statistical opposites. So, moving on.
Let's move swiftly on. I believe, Mr. Picard Loves Reds, it is your time to shine because you have, for us, we're going to bring back some Love It or List It.
We're having tacos for lunch. It's lunchtime. I think I'll get some guacamole. But before the boys chow down, I said I'm not buying another Mother Hotter. They have some serious flipping to do. Yes, hello, Taco Shack. And they managed to turn this lovely colonial constellation, the tacos just arrived, into a tidy profit. Want I some lower? Of course. Why does everyone think I'm such a monster? I shan't be ordering the enchiladas again, I can tell you. Otto, you can at least stand downwind of us. Well then, here's for retrieval. Timeline Stalks Love It or List It. Wednesday at 3:30 on Channel 4.
Yes, welcome to Channel 4. This is
I
indeed...
forgot how good that was.
It gets better every time.
It does slightly improve each time we do it.
I just saw Stars loading a revolver off camera while that was going on.
So you believe we are going to do Love It or List It live. We have actually got some live constellations to open. Thank you, Mr. Picard's Loves Roads, for bringing us a plethora of constellations. So we're going to manipulate the market on screen better than they can do in the real stock market now. So who would you like to start with first?
Oh boy.
Where shall we begin? We got quite a crew here.
We're quite a crew, and I'd say I don't remember who I sent you. I know some of them.
If you're planning on opening them all, we can just kind of go rapid fire.
We can just do it here, yeah.
Chat can guess who it's going to be, and then we'll open up and see.
Yeah, let's have a look at this first. Okay, let's do it in alphabetical order. So we'll play Love It and List It with you as we do it. So Adnan chat, please play along. Admiral Maxwell Forrest, the Constellation, Human Diplomat, Starfleet Ambassador. Would you love it or would you list it? Now this is risky because you've got Human and Starfleet, which but Diplomat Ambassador's not. Who's an ambassador?
Some Sareks, some Loxanas. There's not a lot of great crew in Ambassador, and Diplomat has a lot of. Obviously, it's a stat booster, but there's a lot of easier ways to get the crew from that. I don't think there's many crew who require Diplomat in order to get them.
So now that we've said it's not a great one, how about you open it and see what you get?
Okay.
I don't know. I think.
not?
Oh, okay. We're gonna love all these. Oh, should have listed it. Oh, chat is saying list it. See,
yeah, I know. That's all right.
I reckon you should list one of these and see if chat picks up them very quickly. You could earn yourself a good profit here.
Okay.
You got the live
We'll
market.
see how it goes. So I'm not opposed to Human. You do every now and then. Like Braxton is one you need Human for.
Human. I appreciate Human.
Like I say, I'm not opposed to life.
And like you need Human to separate Braxton from Marina. Right. So every now and then, some of those Human Starfleet Federation ones come in handy.
Auto's
guess
like,
we're gonna
"What's
run through
wrong
all
with
of these. Do we want to run through all of these, or I got
Let's do it.
technically
Okay, next
15, so
one.
I got
Okay, let's see. Captain Erica Hernandez, Starfleet, human, resourceful, romantic athlete. Would you love it or list it? Athlete's quite good.
athlete comes in
I'd love
handy
this. Yeah.
for. So who do you need after Niners Esri for athlete?
Mock Bar.
Yes.
See, I got her done too. That's where it gets for me personally. It gets kind of tricky. Is like, okay, who do I?
Mountain Climber
But-
Mayweather? Is he retrievable?
Yeah, he's
Probably.
100%. Oh, I don't know.
Since they removed Boomer, it's kind of a toss-up. I don't know.
Mountain climber boomer.
What's the chat saying?
Ooh, Evans of Wales saying, I'll put in an order for 1K if you want. So you can make a profit there.
Oh, well, that was on Diplomat. That was back. It's back before I. Unfortunately, with the stream delay, I already opened.
No. Oh, no, I think it's for talking about
Forest,
this one.
so-
I hit sell now. See what's the lowest order on that. Just you don't have to confirm. You can just see like what there is. So
I'll
hit
tell you
sell
what. Delta Flyer Torres and Niners Wharf, those are both
500.
500.
No. You can get. Oh no, you did it. What did you click twice? I said once. Well, you got 500 ISM. Never mind. That's probably better than you would have got
That
for a
was
human.
dumb.
Never mind.
What the? That's yellow.
Captain Morgan Batesman,
Don't
Federation.
feel bad. It was Hernandez. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. You'll be fine. Now here's one you can list. Captain Morgan
Yeah.
Baseman, Federation Human Starfleet Casual.
Okay, let's try this again.
Okay, don't hit confirm.
No.
500.
Don't
No,
hit
no, no. You can
confirm.
get more for that.
No,
I reckon
no.
you can get a tidy. I reckon you can get a couple of K for that.
Yeah.
Do you have Luau Paris finished?
No, but I already have the casual Polestar I need to finish. I already have the casual Ambassador Polestar. He's kind of like been waiting to get his 5th star, and I always find something better to do with it with my retrievals, so he hasn't gotten done yet. He's at 4 or 5.
I happen to know that there's someone out there who literally collects Captain Morgan Bates in constellations and opens them for casual. So
I need to look at the market.
I bet if you put that out there, if you drop the line into the water, you would probably get someone to bite.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a look. Hang on. Let's just have a quick all items.
Do you want to go to the market or take a look?
I'll look this way so I can give you a good price.
Okay.
Don't dematerialize. Hang on. Bates, and let's have a look.
No, I don't want to do that.
So there's listings at 10,000. There's an order for 500. So this, I reckon you could push that for 2 or 3 maybe, because you got an order at 500. But someone wants to buy Captain Morgan Baseman for 10,000 ISM. Oh no, someone has got it listed at 10. I don't know how the market works. Has got it listed for 10,000 ISM. So that's optimistic. I reckon if you put it up for 2K, 4K, damn saying 4,000, you could probably do that. That would be pretty
Okay,
good.
damn.
$1 billion.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, I got the wrong
probably
glasses.
got one of those
Hang on.
in here.
That's what the glasses. Let's go back to Maelstrom Power's glasses. Hang on, there we go. Okay, let's move on to Dancing Uhura. Human Federation Starfleet.
No, I'm afraid Automaton 2000 just redeemed change glasses for 300 hair flips. Please change them again.
Fuck's sake. God damn it. Right, put my.
No, I'm afraid Automaton 2000 just redeemed change glasses for 300 hair flips. Please change them again.
These all have slightly different.
I've got
lenses.
8,000 points. I'm going to do this to the end of the stream.
Look, we have a guest on. Let's pay tribute. So, Dancing Uhura, Human Federation Starfleet communicator, casual musician, artist. That's not bad. There's some good in there.
not
What do you reckon?
bad.
Love or list? There's the risk.
So, my general rule is I typically open them if Human Federation Starfleet is less than 50% of the Polestar count. So that's just because I'm lazy and I don't want to try to do. You can do the whole math and figure out what your value of the constellation versus the value of the individual Polestars and which one is higher. And I'm just too lazy for that when it comes to playing a game. I will let people who like spreadsheets and math way more than I do.
Anyone around here? Anyone idle? You know anyone?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was daydreaming about spreadsheets. I think chat's saying love it. I'd say let's give this a roll. What do you reckon?
Give it a roll.
Yeah, let's give it a roll.
Oh well, that's all right.
You've only lost 200 ISM there, so that's not a bad idea. Okay, Dr. Anne.
Or I'll find a human I need to retrieve.
Yes. Dr. Anne Mulhall, Starfleet Federation Exobiology Explorer Human, the first gold I ever won in an event. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations.
The constellation doesn't help you.
Yeah, I still have her 1 of 5. She's not really great. Exobiology or Explorer is pretty good, but this breaks your rule, doesn't it? Because there's more Starfleet Federation Human.
It's Federation Human, right?
Explorer's okay. Exobiology is the only real winner, I'd say. There.
But then it's
Explorer
still
is
quite an easy collection. They've not expanded it yet. I know they probably will, but
yeah.
Yeah, and I think I just finished that one, or I'm really close.
Let's see what Mulhalls go for on the market. Let's have a look. You can't just search Pulaski for that one. Mulhall. Inspect. There is no orders. There are no orders, and there's listings of 4,500. So you could probably put that for 2-3k, maybe. I'd say you could make a profit on that. There's no orders for it, but
sounds good.
That seems like a bit of an open market. Maybe someone might pick that for 2k, 2-3k.
I can list that for 2k. All right.
Cool.
So moving on.
No, this is
Agnes Girardi.
Physician, Starfleet Federation Human Innovator, Undercover Operative, and Cyberneticist. This is.
All right, now we're heating up.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, this is a good one. I like this one.
I
like this one too.
Love this.
I'm gonna say.
I'm thinking this is an open.
Let me wait.
Say love, just because I want to see you pull human again, and we can all laugh.
Hang on. Let me see. Jurati. There is no orders for Jurati, but they are listing up at nearly 10k. So this is an open market, and this is a pretty good one. If you wanted to make an ISM profit for whatever reason, like what do you need? Like you've already got like plenty to buy the Polestars you need. So
yeah, I've got plenty, and if I hit my 750 for the next 4 weeks, picking up these, I'm gonna have another 60-70k in ISM. So it's not a. I'm not an ISM. I'm not an ISM hoarder.
I just realized something.
Yes, Stars. What did you just realize?
Her traits are wrong. She's not Starfleet.
That's true. She isn't.
She's not.
No, she's
she's part of the Daystrom Institute. That is not Starfleet.
Is it not?
Explicitly not Starfleet.
Oh.
She doesn't have a rank. How could she be Starfleet?
Well, you can have non-commissioned officers or specialists.
That's still a rank.
True.
Still a rank.
Chief Jurati. She's Doctor. She's Doctor. It's Doctor. Mind you, she still has a rank though, doesn't she? Never mind. All right.
Dr. Crusher has a rank.
Starfleet.
Yeah, that's true.
Hold
okay,
on.
Ben, if you're listening, fix Girardi.
When she was mind melded with, she must have by osmosis picked up the Starfleet rank.
It's a fusion crew. We just didn't realize.
Yeah,
Is Commodore O Starfleet?
That's true.
Because she
yes. Commander O was ordering around like she was Starfleet, but it is I guess the Starfleet control the Daystrom Institute.
Well, I would imagine it's more a case of like she's the head of security on Earth. It's like someone in the FBI telling you what to do.
Oh, okay.
I'd say let's love this.
Yeah, I'm going to be part of the military.
Okay.
But, you know.
Let's love it. Let's love it. Let's move along. I would say love this.
Yeah, love it.
This is where I slap my knees and say, right, and then that means on to the next one.
Starfleet.
Oh my god.
The one gold star we say she wasn't, I got. How about that?
Sorry, chat. You were saying list, but okay. Icheb. Okay, civilian Brunelli, Borg, astrophysicist, prodigy, innovator. Interesting. Let's see what Icheb's going for at the moment. Oh,
Borg, Brunelli, and Prodigy are all really good.
Now, I would like to point out, we just talked about retrieving Leucon, and he's a Brunelli, and if you hit Brunelli, that's going to be like the easiest retrieval of your life. So
yeah, no kidding.
There
I had to be a fool to sell this one.
It'd be fine.
There are 9 orders for Icheb at 1,800 ISM. There are 0 listed.
Yes!
You've already done it.
Yes!
All
in one.
That. Boom.
Woohoo! Jackpot.
Well, there you go. That's your Leucon sword.
Wow.
There we go.
Fantastic.
Okay, now there are what 800 pole stars, 700 pole stars available in the game, and I get
that, yeah.
2 interface LaForges. How does that happen?
Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah,
Don't tell me they were back to back. That would be awesome.
they weren't. I know that. I know that they weren't back to back. I remember looking at my pole star and going, "Wait a minute,
How
you
do I
guys
have
cheated
2?
me out of a pole star." I don't know. No, I got 2 LaForges. How did that happen?
Well,
Sometimes the Voyages bring back 2 of the same purple, so...
Yeah, I've had that happen too.
Really random,
I've
I
had that.
guess.
Yeah.
so Human
So-
Starfleet Federation,
Cyber-
Cyberneticist, Innovator, Communication Hero. Sorry, yes.
Hero is the real winner here.
That's the Gary 7 poll, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
I already
also
got-
the Binar poll.
I got Gary 7 done. I'm not sure I'd want to retrieve the binars.
Oh, well, they're resourceful.
I am
Well, you do now.
What's
I am-
wrong with the Binars? They're
I am
resourceful.
working on them slowly,
Yeah.
As slowly as possible, you mean?
as slowly as they drop.
Who else are all the heroes? You could get...
Innovator,
you
I
could
could.
get, Saboteur Garrick. That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I like him.
Musketeer Picard. Resilient Tuvok. You've got 88 Yar. Will Scarlet Worf. You've got Tuxedo Nog. All right, at least some fun, good cards in here, especially for collection purposes. But
Anybody can.
one out of 7.
Is there any reason why I shouldn't love it and open it?
You could
He
love
was
one,
I-
say
I
the other.
can't-
How about...
reason.
Okay, here we go. Here's a litmus test. You could... Let's love one, see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, list it. Moving on.
Moving on.
To be honest, I would have quit after Brunali, because it's all downhill from there.
It's all downhill from there. Yeah, true.
All right, Laborer Kirk, Human Federation Starfleet, Jury Rigger, Resourceful, Romantic Thief, Desperate. This is pretty tasty. Who's the thieves? Right, thief. Talk to me on thief. Who's some good thieves out there?
Little John Riker and High Roll Cisco, but it's 50-50.
Yeah, which
No.
is not bad.
Cisco,
50-50.
hold on, do you have 5-5 Cisco to eventually go after Scapegoat O'Brien?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I finished. I think he might have been in a campaign like a while back.
He was.
Like
was,
last
yeah,
year?
one of the first ones.
No, it's like the one of the,
Yeah, so he's done. Yeah, literally, it's just I need Yates, Kira, and Odo.
So here's
That's
the
it.
thing
Everybody else is done.
Here's the thing I've noticed with the marketplace. If you've got a name like Kirk, Spock, no matter what their traits are, they'll sell. Because I think there's the certain part of the market that thinks they're buying the constellation, they're getting the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't quite
It's
understand that.
increasing the odds of getting that card. I don't know.
Let's have a look at Labour
So,
Kirk. Labour Kirk,
some
there are
typical-
no active orders or listing. The market is open. You can put that up for what you like. I reckon you put
Notable
that...
thieves include Mira Cochrane, Dareth, Fenim, Bounty Hunter Mud, and the two
Chuff
John
Captain.
Riker. Oh, well, he's not part of the portal yet, but yeah.
Two.
Yeah,
I would say
maybe
like,
I'll list it and see what happens. List it for like 5K and 10K.
Yeah.
See if it
I think
goes.
you'll probably get a sale at that rate, honestly. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you will.
lay it down.
Dexter Remick.
Dexter
Who is
Remick.
somehow not Starfleet,
Yeah.
despite having a rank.
How many hair flips do we need to get you to put on all 3 pairs at the same time?
Fuck it, I'll do it now.
Well, you can't just give that away for free. That's premium
Oh my God.
subscription material.
Oh my god, my eyes are... I can't see anything.
You know what Idler's seeing right now? He's seeing time to
Oh,
end.
Dude, I was gonna
Yeah.
say the same. All right, we're hanging out too much. That was my first thought.
I gotta take this off. I can see through time.
Investigator is actually pretty decent. You can get Narek and stuff like that. But it's pretty niche. You can get Carlos Data with Investigator. That's pretty good.
Brutal is about as bad
I
as
don't have
Human
very many
Federation
stars on
Starfleet.
him. I think I got all the undercover operatives I need to retrieve Romulan Picard. But
Yeah,
investigator,
it would also get you Romulan Picard. It would also get you Ishanche Cisco. Yeah, there's some really good investigators. BEM as well, like TAS BEM, like.
Okay.
And it's a very hard Polestar to come across. There aren't very many investigators in the game. I would probably love this one, but I love taking a gamble. Oh, there we go.
Here we
Come
go.
on.
Yeah! Undercover operative. Oh, well.
That's all right.
That's the other
undercover operative.
I can use
the
it.
other Gary 7 Polestar.
Yeah, I don't need. He's done.
Well, yeah, but you can always turn around and sell the Polestar.
I could sell it if I need it. Yeah.
All right.
Buy from the market. Don't sell on the market a whole lot. Mobile Doctor, who is unretrievable because he has the same traits as Virtuoso Doctor, right?
He's too generic. Yes.
Yes.
The only real winner I feel is Hologram. Hologram is quite a good one because you can narrow down some really good crew like Da Vinci and Dr. Van Gogh, but the other ones are kind of.
Yeah.
I'd probably list this one.
I was thinking of listing this one.
Should we check them
Somebody sell me? Can somebody sell me to open it?
Let's see.
I want to see you get a human
Corway
again.
can be retrieved with undercover. I know, Lutz.
Let's have a mobile doctor. There is no there's some orders, but no listings. But the orders are not high. The highest order is like 500 ISM. So
I'll list it for 1,000. List it for 1,000. See what I get. Right.
Yeah.
Put it in the bank.
Well, you could probably get more than 1,000 for that, I think.
Yeah, Hologram's worth more than that, I'd say. Picard #1, I like this one.
Ooh,
this
this
one's
is
pretty
very
good.
good.
Cultural figure, gardener.
This one I would definitely. This one is one I would open.
yeah,
Just
You can get a
it's
Serrano.
Human Federation, right?
Human's the only duff one there. Oh, Federation. Sorry, I just bought
Yeah.
that.
All right, here we go.
It's
Maybe.
Picard. He's
Let's see.
contractually
Really?
obligated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true, actually.
Civilian.
That's not bad.
You need it for diversion units.
I do. Perfect.
So there you
Oh.
go. All coming together.
Okay.
Now,
Where am I?
I
at?
love.
There we go.
Oh, I was just Plutonian Kirk. Wrapped around.
Okay.
Human Federation Starfit, inspiring, romantic, explorer, telekinetic.
Telekinetic is a really easy way to get Fury Tess or Suspiria.
And Gary Mitchell.
Okay. I don't need to hear anything more.
You didn't use that to segue into another fucking Mitchell watch.
Mitchell, watch.
I need to know about Suspiria from Otto.
So there, if you were inclined to sell it, there is an order up for 1,000 ISM. So if you didn't want to take the risk, you can make a little profit. Or there are no listings at the moment, so it's a little bit of an open market. The Plutonian Kirks, I reckon there could be some interest.
I ended up buying quite a few Plutonian Kirks ones specifically for telekinetic because I didn't want to waste other ones on Suspiria, and I got it, and I felt incredibly achieved. Whether or not you will have the same luck, I can't guarantee. You've already got Brunali. That was pretty 1 in a million.
I'm seeing some loves from the chat. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
he's doing it. Oh! Well done.
There you
Well
go.
done.
That was even better than Brunali in my mind, because there was a lot of chance of crap there.
Amazing.
Okay. Priestess Sirana.
Ooh, this is very good.
I say most of the aliens are automatic opens for me.
Yeah, Gardener, Kelpian, Spiritual, Civilian, Ambassador, Cultural Figure. You can't go wrong.
If you get Kelpian, that's a human Saru down the line.
That is.
Yep.
Easy.
It is.
Kelpian plus human.
Hey! Wow.
We'll save that one for a while.
God, you
I
are
just
getting
have to
some.
say it and it happens, clearly.
He is the ISM whisperer.
He opens Serrana and gets another human. We're like, what?
Doesn't make any sense.
Science officer.
All right.
Fuck.
Starfleet
This guy has so many traits.
So many good
This is a lot.
traits. 3 bad though. Artist. Talk to me on artist. Who's a good artist, really? Who would you
Tora
want?
Zial.
Da Vinci. We've already talked about it.
Da Vinci, yeah.
Get with the program. Or you could have the wonderful, inimitable Lena. Or you could have Tora Zial. There's
Lena
one
is
good
resourceful.
artist, and a lot of really bad ones. So.
Okay, Science Officer Spock. Let's have a look. No orders in, listing starting at 10k. So,
All right, here's the long game. When they have the Far Beyond the Stars Vanity Collection, we're going to get Martok as the human Rittenhouse, the illustrator who did all the drawings.
yeah.
He's going to have the
I love him so
artist
much. Him with
And
that
then you-
cigar was so amazing.
and then you can retrieve him in about 4 years. So
He is wise. He is smart.
that would be my plan, you know. But-
That's assuming I could get artists to drop after all of the
True.
successes I've had.
astrophysics.
gonna
That
use it-
sounds like a collection at some point. It's gotta be.
What do you think? What's the so I got a love.
I'd love it.
Yeah,
I
I
would love
would love it.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do
What
it.
the heck?
It's kind of a raw 50-50.
We're here for the we're here for the fun, right?
Telepath,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all right.
yeah, it's alright.
Okay.
All
This is
right.
an idol suggested. I
Lost.
on screen to see if I could get hero.
Oh, weird. We're not picking you up. You seem to have got. You seem to have gone. No, I'm joking. You seem to have lost. Human Federation Starfleet brutal veteran hero. Vargas, fucking Vargas. Never gonna live
It's
that
like
one
the-
down, am I?
The Timelines Talk motto or mascot almost.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Him the astronaut.
There are no orders. No one wants Vargas. There are no orders with the listing starting at
course not.
4700. You could list it for maybe 4-3 if you want a quick sale. I don't know if anyone really wants to risk a hero.
If you put it on listing for 3,000, I'll buy it off you.
just as says the
I'll
list
I'll play hero.
Vargas.
Fuck it,
I'll
I'll
list
buy it
him
off you for 4,000 egg. Actually, I don't think it works like that. We can't specifically. Always have to buy the expensive one, don't we? So if you list it for 6,000, I'll buy it off you.
Do I hear 6,500?
How many beers are you on, Idol?
I'm on enough.
Enough to buy Vargas.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying Vargas. I don't know. I'd say let's spin that wheel. Let's see if you can get lucky.
See if I get lucky. All right, here we go. Brutal.
Yeah, that's a pretty common one. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still better than
Better than
Starfleet Federation.
it's better than having
Yeah,
Vargas.
Tell me more. How do you know about this phenomenon of having voice?
I don't know. It's a weird one. So
Okay,
you have
so-
also got some packs for us to open because we knew we love some pack
Yes.
openings. Let's do that. So who? Well, we will see who you need as we open them. What do you have for us? Don't
Buy
don't show
that
me that
Mitchell
abomination on the screen, please.
Hey, look, the 37s. I see you're a
Very
Voyager
nice.
Season 1 fan.
Yeah.
Every pack is
So
going to be Amelia Earhart.
Who knew?
I would take her.
Good God.
Did we want to do the blue game or not?
37 packs? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, my notebook's somewhere else. Can someone else take notes? I haven't got my notebook.
Oh.
I can't. My eyes are falling off.
It's just a flesh wound.
Hold on, I can do it for the four of us. I will be
You'll be
Boxer
the ticket.
Chakotay.
Of course. I
Okay.
shall be Pizza Riker.
I shall go for Tourist Dax.
Oof, that's a nice one.
Well, I think I'll follow in Idol's footsteps and I'll go for Future Wife Commando Crusher.
Ooh.
Right. Right. Let's go see how this goes. How
right.
are we going to shake out here?
All right, we ready?
Let's do it.
Oh,
Oh, starting off with
Oh.
bang. Oh, that's number one.
that's
gotta
got to be number one.
Yeah. You got yourself a gauntlet.
Number one?
Reject
She's unretrievable.
collection.
You cannot get her any other way.
No, and she
Okay.
you only need that 1 star.
She is retrievable technically, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Well-
god, schematics! Jesus!
You
Hey,
pay for
there's
it,
a Riker.
Hey!
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good day.
Hey, there we go.
Very good.
Okay, I'll just clean up my crew quarters later.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
please.
number
The
one,
viewers,
she's
thank
great.
you.
She's really good. You've got lucky there. That was
Okay.
a real nice one.
Yeah, no.
Nice way to open up.
Starting off strong. Starting off strong. Good.
Okay,
Okay.
nice.
Oh,
Ooh.
Go on.
Okay. Check off
Oh,
mirror.
check
He's
off.
mirror.
Crew.
He's
Okay,
mirror.
let's-
Can't go wrong with that.
We're gonna
One
do
of
this
this
the
mirror
whole
crew,
37 packs.
Yep.
Oh, he's collection.
You mean we haven't been doing that for the last 6 months?
Come on, give us a really hard behold. That's what I want. I want a really tricky one where
Riker!
Oh, another
yes!
Riker.
Riker, Jesus, what the hell?
Oh well, there you go.
That's a load of trash right there.
Take the show. Take the show. Choke slam him into that airlock.
Yeah, no, that's.
Has anyone ever choke
Show
slammed the
him
big
right
show?
at the airlock.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a good one.
Is he too big? No straight
Big
drops.
people can get hurt too, Idle. It's not like you become a certain amount of largeness and you're impervious to harm.
Well, maybe Big McLarge Huge feels differently, but
That's true.
That's true. Well, they're all done, right?
I think they're all frozen.
They are indeed.
To be fair, I was looking at the stats. Like Mira McCoy got so much. He's like the Mira Kim, the prisoner Kim of purples. He's
That's true,
ridiculously
yeah.
good now. He's like Voyage rank 20 with that skill set. He's ridiculously good.
It's a shame we don't have any purple-only voyages
Yeah, sure.
Yet.
Happiness.
yet.
Ugh.
Yeah.
AFB.
AFB.
Yeah, but
AFB. AFB.
so far, only Riker is dropped.
Not
Don't
complaining.
worry. I feel Dax coming along. She'll be along in just a moment.
That
She's
says,
been Boothby. He's done it a million times.
It's always the ones you don't pick.
Pick the card. You know you want to.
it's all about
I don't
picking
throw
the blues that
cards
don't
out the airlock.
Ah.
Hey, a full house. That is cool.
Nice.
I like it when I get
There you
those.
Maximum honor.
No schematics.
Yes, fuck schematics.
All my homies hate schematics.
Yeah.
Ooh, trouble.
here we go.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, come on.
Ooh.
That's easy, Amanda.
Now.
No, is
Yeah,
it?
Amanda.
It's Amanda. Like, don't even look at Scotty because you do
She's
not need a
amazing.
Vajuri rigger.
She's
Yeah.
so good.
You don't need a Vajuri rigger. He's trash. Literal trash.
Meh.
He should be hauled away as garbage.
That was a bit more Scottish, but that's
That
fine.
was a little bit better.
Yeah, the only reason Founder's not frozen is because I had to pull her out for this week's event.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
you could have
there's no
started.
event
You
going
could
on.
have
I
a
forgot
second
about
one. No, why? Why would you do that for Straal?
Why? I got better things to use my Karans on.
She loves gold.
That's not bad. That's second one, so that's 2 drops so
No, you're
far.
doing well.
There you go. 2 out of 5. There
Yeah.
you go. Go on. That is.
Yeah,
that is
all-
a party that beholds. That is a fun time.
Let's see.
There
Come
Next,
on,
next,
pressure.
next.
Oh.
What is going on today? I swear to God, if you had it so that like there were enough people playing the blue game that you picked every blue, there would not be a single blue in the track.
I think we did one last time. Oh, wow. Ooh, I think that's Riker.
That's
I'm leaning Riker.
Closer to
Riker.
the freezer, yeah.
What about Troy?
Yeah.
Troy,
A lot of
let's
collections as well.
Troy's got some gauntlet use.
Not a lot else.
Troy's Gauntlet. She's good for Gauntlet, but that's about it.
She was
She
good
gets
for
like a
Gauntlet like
40%,
4
but
years
she's got
ago.
a very,
Yeah.
It's mostly a single roll, really. Yeah.
I'd say Riker. He's
Yeah.
like in a billion collections. That's pretty decent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's Vulcan somehow.
I think he's survivalist too.
Yeah.
Well, that's
somehow.
the whole Mintakan or like part Vulcan or
Yeah,
like an
that's supposed to be-
ancestor.
Proto Vulcan, whatever that
Yeah.
means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, I think reading like the beta canon, like all the books, they said something like when the Romulans were migrating out to where they were, some of them split off and became the Mintakans or something like that. I don't know. A shuttle crashed.
That's like a Star Wars novel.
Yeah.
like,
Oh
leap
god.
of
Yeah.
logic.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk to me about that.
They are ending the Star Trek sort of that book universe that they started after sort of all the series finished. They're ending that. Hey, Riker!
Another Riker!
Yes! Yeah, they're ending all that soon, which is quite nice because some of those
And
are
another
really
full
terrible.
house. Yay!
Yeah.
Nice. Lots and lots of honor. Can't go
Yep.
wrong.
You do love
Gotta
honor.
start stocking up for that sale.
Oh shit, why am I not playing the cues? Fuck me.
Why aren't you doing that?
Why aren't I doing
You're a
that?
failure.
You sound
You're
like
a
my mother.
disgrace to the uniform.
My hands are tied. I'm tracking blue games.
Wait,
so that's a
are you
big-
saying
You betrayed your uniform!
Thank you. That was what I was thinking of. That was what I was thinking of.
you guys got one yet, or is it just me?
Just you.
Hey.
Don't rub it in yet.
Prospero
Just
again?
Could I do
You know what?
Prospero?
I have a rule in my head that if I see the same purple in the behold, like sequentially, I have to take them, otherwise they'll pop up again. Usually works.
Oh, okay. I'll have to keep that in mind.
Not sure that's how that
It's the
works.
same clown logic, but it works. I promise. It's never gone wrong.
Oh, here we go.
All right,
Yeah, come on.
come on.
Triple
Something
gold,
good.
triple gold, double gold. Ooh.
Not quite.
Single gold.
That's a pretty miserable. That's a pretty miserable.
That's terrible.
bowl
Yeah,
there.
take David Bowie's
Let's
wife.
start
go on.
building the Duras sisters with these blues.
Ah.
There's Borg Queen 7. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a different one.
Yeah, no, that's good. I was about to say, how could you have gotten an honor gold? In this? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, odd. How does that happen? It's good that they changed her eye colour and lowered her in rarity, isn't it?
Or worse, as well as wrong.
Double Ohuras.
Oh, wow. Oh, no.
Ah.
Womp womp.
Do you want transport chief murderer Rand? Yeah, there you go.
It was not her fault.
sure.
Come on. Poor woman.
Yeah, I feel like she gets blamed for that, but let's be real, it was actually Kirk who was like, I don't know anything about the ship, let me play on the transport console.
Yes.
Dude, someone at home picked Boothby right now.
Yeah.
Go pull some lottery numbers, because...
Ooh, Robinson.
Hey, BG Robinson, she's nothing.
She's nothing yet.
But she,
No, she's romantic. We'll get that
but
collection.
she was in Tomorrow Never Dies, so that's something.
She was indeed.
Wait, so we've referenced Goldfinger, a Casino Royale, Tomorrow Never Dies.
Can you tell I've got Bond on the brain? How
How are your 400%?
here?
Yeah, how are your 400% crew? Have you got Killies and the whatnot? Because she is.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I've got Killy. I've got Ruhr Pente Commandant. I've got
you're
Garford
fine.
Izar.
You're fine.
So I'm
You don't
fine.
need it. Unless you need a diplomat.
Hold on. Yeah. You probably need more
They're a bad
positions than
Probably
diplomats.
always need a diplomat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Kalba makes sense then.
You need more positions, let's be real.
I need physician too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'd
I
say.
think I'll take.
It means you're not taking up a slot with a useless crew, and she is kind of useless.
Yeah, Kalba's more inventable. There'll be some more Kalba variants down the line, which he's got the big enough bases
Yeah.
to ride shuttles for. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
I'd take Kobold. That's number 3. That's not bad.
Fuck, we know too much about this game.
Evans of Wales,
What
she
are we
nearly
doing
picked
with our
Boothby,
lives?
But I nearly picked Boothby, and then, you know.
Another Boothby. And double
no dice.
queens.
By the way, blue game is idle 3, everyone else is zip.
0.
Always bet on Riker.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh,
Vamp.
Mr.
Stupid,
Vamp.
sexy Vup.
I love. Why did they pick that? I love it, but why did they pick that pose? Just him going, oh yeah.
Boothby.
All right, yes, get in.
Fuck.
This is embarrassing.
Woo!
Is
You can come on the show more often.
All right, 20 more. Come on, let's keep the gold flowing. Come on. Oh, maybe not.
There's a Yates, but the wrong Yates.
Wrong Yates.
Yates him. No? Okay.
Yates him. I barely touched him. Riker!
Really?
What the fuck is this?
Jeez.
It's the fucking Idol show.
Starting to feel like Otto. Nothing dropping for me.
Mm-hmm.
I demand a recount.
Apologies to podcast listeners. This is going to be weird.
No kidding.
I mean, they asked you to put up what the dub, which is probably
Hey,
Oh,
don't
finally.
take for me.
There you go.
All right, I'm on the board.
Two come along at once.
2 and 1s. Oh, catching
See,
up.
there you go, Otto. You should have picked Chakotay. And you didn't.
No, I did. I
You
picked
did.
Box
You
of
picked Box of
Chakotay.
Chakotay, yeah.
You did.
But not that one. You
Yeah,
picked
you
the wrong
did.
one.
That's the only
I
3-star.
picked Box of Chakotay.
That's
That's
the
the one
only
he picked? Okay. That's the one you did pick? Okay.
Is there another one?
For some reason, I thought you picked somebody.
Look,
two
he has
Chakotays.
little Chakotay like joy in his life. Allow him
Two
to.
Chakotays at once
Yeah.
has long
Okay.
been my fantasy.
Finally. There we go.
I know what
You
I'm
don't want to know what
cosplaying
you
in
can do
next
with
year.
that glove. Come
So-
on, is it something good?
And the wives are hiding. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I picked the wife and Picard drops.
He's like, is there an Indonesian here? Is there a
Okay.
Kamala? Is it,
I have a question for you. When Picard debuted in that terrible 3-star 550 dilithium pack, because that's where he first came up with those terrible packs, did you go for it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, did you? Did you get him?
Wow.
I did.
Oh, wow. Lucky. That was lucky.
Well, Martinez is another
very-
physician. He's
Very
nothing
easy.
else.
Yeah. Like that.
I love that his shipability.
There we go.
Oh, there's Christian.
Yeah, there you go. You speak her name and she
Hey,
Chakotay.
stars.
There, you're catching up now. Yeah,
One
yeah,
There we
that's
go.
nice.
I'm gonna have to be careful
let me-
tonight when I'm clearing out my crew quarters. Make sure I don't airlock the wrong person.
There you go. Just airlock all your crew. That's the safest option.
I'm
Should have added for McCoy.
I like to say that when I need to sort of go. I'm just gonna go clear out my crew quarters. Just it'll be 5 minutes.
Clear your
You know-
overflow.
You know that game? What's that show? Whose line is it anyway? They have this game called If You Know What I Mean, where they just do innuendo after innuendo. We need to play that one
Yeah.
of these days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go airlock my brig, if you know what I mean.
I'm having a little trouble making it go.
The Nadion beam is too thin. We can't penetrate.
I'm stuck inside a static orb shell, if you know what I mean.
Poop pee.
Thanks, Big.
Can't.
Oh, come on, come on.
Nothing to be done there. Come on.
Tao.
Oh,
Well,
Nice Tao.
Tao.
There we go.
Tao.
Add a star.
back
What's
to back
that?
star.
That wrestler. It's Taz. It's Tao. I think we're like even on like Bond and WWE references.
Hey.
All right.
Tao gets his own day.
Does
Six-
he?
He does. June 28th. Because
So-
Tao is 2 times pi.
I was going to say, is this something mathematical?
Yes.
You can't see it, but there are mathematical symbols floating around my space right now.
Oh.
Yes, take Battle Angel Alita.
Please do. That's a good film. I enjoyed that.
It's alright.
Alita's great. It's a yeah.
All right. If you're following along at home, Idol is winning the blue game by as much as the 3 of us combined. Oh, now he's winning by even more.
Man.
He got another one.
Shit.
I don't often get to flex. This is my one time.
This blue game is rigged. You need to move the machine.
Yeah, no
We need to stream it.
kidding.
Do you think we'll ever get a good Eddington?
Ben
again?
needs to go in and fix the.
I created
Hey.
a good Eddington, but they won't
should-
put him in the game.
Yeah, they should. There needs to be a 5-star Eddington, definitely. What are we on? How many up to now? We're on to last 10. Let's
10
do it.
left.
Let's do it.
That's 10.
Still no whales. Oh, sorry, Evans. Ooh. Always take Dax.
Oh. Yeah,
It's
but
the
I'm
worst
shoving her up
phrase
here.
ever. Stop taking Daxes. The only good ones are Ezri's. Oh.
Rotated.
Oh,
following
another
up
bunch.
Actually,
on the
just
idol.
A small war there.
That's because I'm hoping Stella's watching.
Robot whistling.
Yeah, no, I hate that art. It's really, really bad.
No, I think it is
It's
launch
like art
art.
now.
So.
Yeah, no, art at launch is as good as art now. How does that feel?
It's art in quotation marks.
Didn't Ben say they're not going to replace any art lately? I think they said they'd stop that for
Only
a
if they
bit.
appear in like 6-packs or whatever. I think.
Yeah, he didn't have plans for it, but maybe we'll get some.
To be fair, I doubt that they have many plans at all. So you know.
Where did all the golds go?
Yeah.
They went away.
Yeah, no, they just disappeared.
They've
Check
dried
the
up.
machine, I'm telling you.
I think that Brunelli Polestar ate all your luck for the rest of the stream.
Apparently.
That was not a worthwhile trade. Come on, where are all the taxes? Oh.
How have you gotten so many fucking golds? I won 40 packs of Valley Gold today.
Alright, don't rub it in.
No kidding. Here we go. I can have a starter trip.
There you go.
Alright.
That's something at
There
least.
you go.
Comb over trip.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Perfect.
I would be worried for Connor Trenier if that was a comb over at that point in his life. I'd be worried.
All right, stars and loves. You guys are way pulling up the rear on the blue game.
No kidding.
Hey, look,
Oh,
there's
you can't even
cards
see.
Oh, you only got a two-person hold. I can't see anyone else.
Why do they do that? Why has no one fixed this?
Don't think
No
about
one's
it,
going to
it's
take
fine.
if someone's jumped into the game and they saw this behold, they'd probably go, "I'll take Picard," because I don't know who the fuck Poe is. I can't even see
Who
him.
is see her? No kidding.
They're like, where's Lala Tipsy and whatever the fuck. Come on, we got 5
Okay,
packs.
5
Just make it
more.
5 gold.
Come on, another gold.
5 golds. 5 gold. 5 golds. Come on,
Come on.
let's do it.
5
Or at
Rikers,
least
5
5
Rikers,
Daxes. I will
5
take both.
Rikers. Hey, there's a star. Oh. Mayweather.
It's not Mayweather.
What?
Are you really gonna finish him now?
I have.
No.
He's okay. Maybe not.
Yeah, you finished him before. Now he's not much of a proposition.
No, it's Kirk. It's Kirk for all around gameplay. Ducat does have a couple collections and some juicy traits though. So
I remember
That's
you
a
trying to
tough
talk
one.
me into citing him up, and I was like, no. I appreciate the thought.
yeah,
but
and then Kardashian got expanded, and look who has egg on their face. So
not me, because I finished off Marquis Takeover Teska, so like I'm fine.
Wow, that's a tough one.
I mean,
How many slots?
you can make it. Sure.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, I can put. I'm low on slots, but I can certainly just stick some purples in the fridge.
Oh, you know what? Kirk is resourceful too. So inspiring, resourceful,
Okay.
and
All right.
survivalist. He gets the most.
Yes,
advantage.
I forgot we're playing Star
Oh,
Trek
wow.
collections.
Well, come on. What else are you going to use these crew for?
It's true.
Like,
It's
you
true.
have Kirk
At
for
this
arena
power level,
already.
yeah.
It's either events or collections.
Yeah, it's probably Kirk then. I guess he's somewhat okay.
We're going to get
Inspiring
spiritual and
Kirk,
villain
yes.
and cultural figure megas like back to back to back, and
And then I'll be hating
And
myself.
I don't know, will you? You'll
No,
be like,
not
oh,
really.
look.
Not really.
I just throw out random sound bites so that if it happens, I can go back and clip it, and then
The prophet is here.
So, from a
I have
collection perspective, he's kind of
Oh, he's shit for
Primer's
that.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
useless. Yeah.
But he's
And
got
I don't know
that
that I
rare
know-
combination. I've
Yeah.
found out, I've got Immortal, and a few people have like the rare combination. Him and Delta Flyer Paris. Okay, but they haven't got it in the right kind of power.
Right.
Yeah. They do when they first debut, and then it tapers off. We'll probably do a refresh, honestly. At the rate they go. I'd go Kirk.
Yeah, all right.
Kirk.
Kirk. All right. Kirk it is.
It took great effort to pick that Kirk.
What a handsome race.
Okay. Man, like just having like Michael Dorn like sexually whisper in my ear. I'm like, okay. Fair enough.
Calm down.
Keeps me going.
Don't stand up. No.
Don't worry, you can't see my hands.
Okay, 3 more left.
All right, if Idle gets -5 Rikers in the next pack, then we're all winners.
It's gone now.
I would take a victory lap, but I can't be asked to get up.
That sounds about right.
You should have picked the card.
Man, stars, we're just not getting any love today on the blue game.
No.
Yeah, no, this is rigged.
You got 2 packs to get them all.
Ooh.
Oh, there's that Yates.
Ooh, that's the Yates. You can't say no.
That's
I mean,
Kira, though.
I do like Kira. She's actually quite good in a couple areas, despite being really old. I'd still take Yates.
See, this is like, this one hurts because Kira has been kind of like on this back burner to finish forever.
Mira, Klingon,
like
is
Yates,
she Cardassian?
like Yates.
Yes, she's
Yeah, she is.
Like she is. Bajoran, Cardassian, Klingon, Mirror. Like Yates gets me closer to Scapegoat.
So okay, here's what I do. What's your next threshold on Cardassian? Well, are you any close to Cardassian? Probably not. But are you close to Mirror?
No.
I would say.
Probably not. I'd have to look. I don't know. No,
I would
I'm
say
not
you're
close.
closer to Scapegoat than you are to any of those collections, maybe.
Oh,
Just a
totally.
guess. Yeah.
Totally.
I'd say
Yeah.
Like you said that you're like what 2 months away from finishing off Odo with campaign sites.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you actually 2 months to Scapegoat O'Brien with 2 Yates retrievals. Like,
You've saved yourself. Yeah, you've saved yourself a campaign site there. So you're closer now than you have been.
You already picked her, but my tiebreaker would be: what would feel better, getting a 1% stat boost or getting that O'Brien and then sighting him up?
Yeah.
Getting O'Brien and siding him up. To be honest.
Yeah. All right, you know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping for another Yates in this last pack.
Could you imagine?
Okay, last one. Here we go.
I'm hoping for Scapegoat.
Okay, let's let him hold right at the gate. That's fine. You could let it slow roll, but that's fine.
Never mind.
Oh.
Last holds are always disappointing. They're
Thank
always
Girardi
bumpers.
and Airlocker for giving you Starfleet.
Yeah. Yes.
The Starfleet she's not a part of.
Yes. There we go. All right. I'll shove her out the airlock.
But the important thing is that I won the blue game.
Yes. Congratulations. I think you got more Rikers than all of us three combined.
think that's the highest amount.
Final count also? What was the final count?
6 for Idle, 4 for me, and 1 for each of you fine gentlemen.
I don't want to brag, but I'm fucking awesome. Anyway,
singing "We Are the Champions."
I guess while I'm here, if you guys don't mind, let's
yes.
go ahead and I'll get past that.
I thought you were going to DYC her. It's like, please, don't do that.
No.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. What you got?
It's time.
Ooh.
So
You're gonna get that A.G. Robinson you always wanted.
A.G. Robinson. Yeah.
Both went the same place.
there we go.
Brunelli.
Do it.
Is Desperate with that trigger? Desperate or Civilian? Those are pretty common. You could try using one of those.
I'll do it.
I got a lot of civilians. Let's take Desperate off and see if I get it with some.
I think it might give you the 4-star Echeb, yeah.
Yeah, they're all civilians, so I guess Desperate.
That's
Desperate,
weird.
yeah.
Like that Echeb is both a civilian and Starfleet. That's usually exclusive. Weird.
There we go. Desperate and Jury Rigger.
Yeah.
I got either of those.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I think
There
Jury
we
Rigger
go.
sells for quite a bit more, but I don't think you need the ISM at the moment.
Nah. You'll be pulling
Of
from
one
one.
possible crew.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder who you'll get.
I do like this.
Vargas.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Well done.
He
Okay.
looks like he just pulled him out of his kitchen. He's like, what?
There we go.
Very
I was
nice.
speaking.
Actually, my last 2 retrievals, when I did them, it just crashed to desktop.
Oh, shit.
And I didn't see who it pulled, so I had to reload the game, and it was in my phone.
I got to do some cleanup before I can tag stars on him, but I will certainly do that tonight and start favorite him and start the build problem. Kind of like Idle. I don't work on crew very much unless I absolutely have to.
Very wise. Very chron-efficient of you.
Exactly. I got to save all the crons I can for this next month. So, where are we at in the show notes?
I believe we're at the
end.
end. Yeah, we're right at the end now. I think we did have fake crew in there, but I think we will push that to next time. So sorry, Stars, because I know you put a lot of work into this. So we will do that next time. But it's now
fine.
We are
It'll
almost
survive.
3 hours in, so we shall.
Perfect.
Mr. Picard Loves Race, thank you very much for joining us. You have been an absolute delight
Thank you
this
for
week.
letting me
It has
back.
been a very pleasure to have you on this week.
I love being back. I hope I can do it again in a few months.
Absolutely. Thank you. Any parting words, any shout outs or anything you would like to give?
Thanks to my family for letting me take the time to do this. Enjoy this game. Discord Continuum, great fleet. I don't think you have any openings at the moment, but Spocky and Meridium and Fizbin are awesome. Other than that, you guys do a great job on the Discord. Keep it up. WRG, I know we give you guys a lot of crap on the show for all the stuff you do, but obviously, if we didn't love the game, we wouldn't provide the constructive criticism.
Yeah, constructive. That's what we'll go with that.
And to three of you, thanks for putting this together. I know you guys don't do it every week. You do it most weeks, and that's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy listening to them. I do got to catch up on the STA stuff you guys do over the weekend. I don't catch a lot of those, but no, you guys do awesome. Thanks for letting me on. Until next time, we'll see you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. Stars Auto, thank you very much for joining us. And for everyone, apologies for the stream issues we've had this week, but please, it's been rough this week. I don't know what's going on, but catch up on, please watch this on the YouTube. I'll have this starting uploading from my local copy as soon as we go off. So, but thank you very much for being patient with us this week. And podcast listeners, you don't know anything you missed, so hey. We'll have that on.
All fine for you.
Yeah.
Podcast is like, damn it, I was playing the blue game along with you guys.
Of course, they're listening. Yeah, we automatically translate this in Braille, like the little bumps appear on their dashboards on the cars. Okay.
Why is he like touching Braille in their car? While they're driving or not?
I don't know.
That's what the podcast is for.
I don't know. You guys know I don't think about things before I speak them.
I know.
All right, goodbye.
Yeah, we will see you next time. See us next week. We'll have Armada. We've got some STA stuff coming up. Check the schedule. We'll see you soon. Ta-ra.